different order. Yeah, StarCraft 2 casting, we've got a lot to learn from it still. I have no sound. There we go. Look at me do things like that so quickly, so easily. Down in the bottom left of a Scion, we have to figure out how to say these names better in the future. We'll get a phonetic pronunciation. We've got our Terran player, Xingming. And checking ourselves over to the top right of the map, we are going to be looking over here at Budget Clem, or as it says in the bracket, MAG, SC2. Okay. The openings here are not going to be anything special. We have our supply depots down, more SCVs on the way. My brain was going into heroes casting, like, oh yeah, I gotta get the minion wave, but no. Openings are going to be fairly standard between these two. Doesn't look like we get any sort of early scouting either. Not going to be checking if there's any sort of proxy shenanigans to happen. This map does have a center Xel'Naga Tower, which has been really, really nice to use, at least in my Zerg games. Not sure if it's as popular to chuck a Marine or something like that early on. But it does look like Budget Clem here, Mag, is going to be starting a scout across the map. It's V for vision again, right? Yeah. Alright. Reapers on the way from both. So we'll see some early game Reaper harassment. By the way, if you'd like to check out the bracket, use exclamation bracket. I believe the average MMR, or the average like MMR is around 5,000. SCV to scout, sees as much as they need to see, and that's going to be it. Gonna 180 back over to the base. Potential Reaper wall off over here being created. And speaking of Reapers, we do have our first one going across the map. SCV being pulled back. And actually, no, the Reaper's going to be chilling. Just going to be anchoring, sort of. Making sure that there's no shenanigans coming their way. Bit of scouting from Xingming with their own Reaper. Just checking out a little bit. And factories on the way for both. We also will see the reactor as well. A little bit of swapping going on. Alright. Second command center's on the way as well for both. Starport on the way for Xingming. Can actually zoom out. Is this that's max zoom, right? Yeah, yeah. So we want mid zoom basically. Alright, a little factory swap. We'll be getting some cyclones on the way as well from Mag here. But that starport's almost done down over here, so we'll see what's going to be the game plan with the starport. Of course, more cyclones on the way for Xingming as well. As we've seen in the most recent patch, there's been a lot of discussion around cyclones and their popularity. This week when I played StarCraft myself, I played like what 6-8 matches, and every single one of them was against Terran. I didn't have any other matchup besides against Terran. Couple Cyclones and a Reaper to start moving across the map here for Xingming. We know what's chilling over here on the opposing side, and we'll just hover on our vision really quickly. Might just leave the Reaper in the center point with the Xel'Naga Tower. No, oh, they're just gonna be staging here. Okay, so just staging on the center point of the map. We have our natural expansion coming out from Xingming. We already see that Budget Clem Mag is already on the case, getting their natural saturated. As we just have our SCV just chilling over here. That jump does not work as clean as it does in Heroes of the Storm. The jump zoom does not work out the same. Tank set up in the natural as already, excuse me, for Mag here in the blue. Got a Raven on the way. And I will see that Reaper that was moving across the map, but of course that's gonna get tons of vision. So Budget Clem knows there's something on the way, sees the Reaper on the low ground here. Gonna use the medevac to get some vision of the high ground and take out that supply depot. And I will supply block Mag here in the blue. Gonna use this medevac to be able to pull and push some of these Cyclones up the hill. Unfortunately, one will go down. We are going to see the Inference Matrix on the way as well. Allows Ravens to use Inference Matrix ability. Ooh. Big upgrade right there. Siege Tank gets some splash damage onto one of the Cyclones. Won't take it down, sitting at 5 HP currently. And it looks like Xingming is going to start backing away. Might be regrouping back over at the natural. As we take a look at what we got income-wise, harvesters and such. Fairly close opening. Units lost. I mean, not a big difference in loss. So 100 mineral loss, 100 difference, if you will. But we're gonna start getting into some upgrades. We're gonna start getting into some of these expansions, some third bases, or maybe not. Budget Clem's got 3 tanks, a handful of Marines, and a couple of Ravens to move across the map. The Inference Matrix will be done. For Xingming, though, let's see if they actually have a Raven on the way as well. Cyclone with the Xel'Naga Tower will scout this out. Tries to take down one of the Ravens, drops it below 50%. But this is going to be Budget Clem. Mag moving across the map, continuing to apply some pressure potentially into Xingming's natural base. But take a look at the units that are available. It is fairly close between the two of them. One more Cyclone, a little more Marines. These Marines actually... Okay, we got Siege Tanks setting up here. Might be trying to lock Xingming in. Couple scouts, or excuse me, a couple reveals. A little bit of poke here and there. That's what I'm giggling at. Just a little bit of poke. Like, scan, get a little bit of vision, poke a little bit. Natural is oversaturated here. Just looking back over at the main base, and... Oh, wait, hold on. We're going to be seeing Xingming push out right now. Decent damage into Xingming's line from Budget Clem, and this is going to be an army wipe, and the GG is going to be called. All right. It was muted. I was coughing. Thank you. And it worked out perfectly because we're back into the game. Thank you for the reminder. Good thing you caught it. Down in the bottom right of Hard Lead, down in this series, we've got Xingming in the red, playing Terran. Over in the top left, up in this best of 3 series, we've got Budget Clem, or as it says on the bracket, Mag as C2. Coughing. It's early. It's early morning. My allergies. I'm still working through the post-nasal drip in the morning, so... Good catch. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. Might have gone in. Budget Clan. Hey, that's their name. Can you change faction between games? I honestly don't know. I don't think it's very common for people to do that. I think a lot of people typically have, like, their faction and that's what they play. Or they might play random. Well, I guess if you play random, then it's kind of whatever. I guess you can change. But I feel like usually you just have one practiced. Double barracks coming out early here for Budget Clem. Maybe looking at the 83 racks Stark play. Very, very plausible. I do love a lot of the new... I very much was enjoying the new maps when I was playing Ladder this week. The hardest part is pronouncing half the names. I just like some of the names that they used for the maps. It was just like, oh, okay. Let's see if Xingming can scout out that extra barracks. No, it doesn't look like it will be discovered. So the other Rax is out, but this is a very fast, actually, well, they're just going to be placing it right in the natural, huh? No, this is a really fast expansion. Sorry, my brain. Still learning Terran icons. I was looking at the command center upgrade for the orbital command center, and I was like, oh yeah, it's just, yeah. Both at natural, but no. Xingming already going for a natural expansion early on. A couple Reapers coming out from Budget Clem. We'll see if Mag can utilize these for some early game harassment and shut down what Xingming's doing here. What's wrong with Al Sai Oni Macaroni? That's like a site. The first map we were on, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Like I just do my best to kind of guess at the words, guess at the letters. It's the English language. It makes no sense. But we do have some Reapers coming across the map. 3 Reapers early on. Bunkers there as well. It's going to be scouting those out. So what's the anticipation? The Reapers jump up and we'll see some defense here. Only 1 Reaper to defend, I do believe. 5 Reapers. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a lot of Reapers coming out from Mag. And how many of these SCVs can be taken down by these Reapers? Little KD-8 grenades to push things around. Hellion will come out. Takes down 1 Reaper. That Hellion immediately traded. Another Reaper coming through. Jumping up just now. And another one actually just making its way over here as well. 4 Reapers. And the SCVs we pulled off the line, you got some mules called down to just keep the supply coming in. As you can see, the shutdown on that mineral supply, oof, with all the SCVs being pulled off. But God, these Reapers, man. Uh-oh. Maybe get a little surround on the Reapers? No, the micro on this is just way too good, and the harassment's just... The harassment, the micro. Mag is doing a fantastic job with this early game. Do have a Cyclone coming across the map as well. A couple more Reapers to regroup as well on the low side of this. Oof. Ouch! 11 workers to go down right there. Little regroup from Mag here. Gets the lock on with the Cyclone, staying just out of range. Just out of, like just out of range. Like 1 pixel out of range. God dang. Or in range, I guess I should say. Sorry. Different verbiage. Some SCVs here will start healing up the bunker. We got some Marines inside as well. A Hellion for some splash damage. And Xingming doing their best to bounce back from all of this. The natural has been started by Mag over here. I believe we have full saturation at the main base. There was a starport as well created. Hellion's going to be pushing out here with a couple Marines to try and take down this Hellion, but the lock-on is going to be able to take down that Hellion. Once again, we look back over at the units lost. It is about a 157 difference in resources. And we got some Banshee harassment on the way. We'll see if Xingming can hold out for that. Going to be going for Cloak, and of course the Banshee on the way. We got a siege tank to set up. That'll be something, some nice static defense around the base for the time being. Cyclone and Reaper just chilling on the outside of the base right now, and I don't think Xingming sees this yet. It's just outside of their vision. Yeah, Hellion patrolling the Reaper jump wall with a couple Marines. And maybe some more harassment coming out from Mag. Or maybe just going to be regrouping and waiting, regrouping and rebuilding for an attack. And I think that actually is going to be the case. We see some Marines stationed over here at the natural. Just 1 or 2 more. That Banshee, though, is up and available. And if we take a look at the upgrades, there aren't any just yet. But Stim is on the way, and that Banshee Cloak is on the way as well. Reaper jumps up onto that wall that was being patrolled. And it doesn't look like there's... Oh! No one saw that? No one saw that? We're just going to look away. Unseen. Oh, God. Siege tank, 4 Marines. Siege tanks, 4 Marines. Okay. What is the defensive game plan here? 1 Banshee's about to spawn out. That's nice.
Mayday, mayday.
There's the Banshee trying to harass over here, but siege tanks, Marines, they all drop into the main base. This is going to be one of the command centers, not going to be lifting off just yet. I think this is going to be a command center going to be falling here. One scan's used, I think, before that command center falls. Siege Tank is going to take some damage from the Banshee. The Marines are being microed back and forth. The scan to see the Banshee revealing the cloak. That will be pulled away. The Siege Tank's on the high ground near the ramp will defend. The Banshee is going to be trying to take down this Siege Tank, and it will be able to take that down before the factory will fall. The medevacs will be pulled back, and this is going to be a good hold from Xingming in map number 2. Doesn't look like Mag is going to be able to have an easy map 2 or an easy 2-0 for this best-of-3 series in round 2 of Chat StarLeague number 21. Third base to be expanded to by Budget Clem, Mag. I'm going to say both the names just for clarity of the cast, but that's all. We got 5 medevacs, a nice handful of Marines. Terran Ground 1 is on the way. Stim is already done for Mag. And there's some more harassment from this Banshee. It's outside of range of the missile turret right now. Marine going to come over here. Yeah. That'll be the end of that. But some Vikings chilling over on the right-hand side. This army going to be pulling towards this this third base expansion area, third, fourth base. Just checking for that Banshee. But that Banshee's already been pulled back, and I think it's going to be microed towards the base. No, it's just going to go to this dead area. This is where I chime in about how Terran is OP and all the other races should bow down to Jimmy right-click. Sure, yeah, absolutely. How you doing today? Forget what. Happy Saturday to you, bud. Thanks for coming by for the StarCraft 2 casting. Thanks, everyone, for lurking and chatting. Command Center will be dropped in place for an expansion here. Siege tanks in the static defense will be able to destroy some of those Marines, but one of those siege tanks will be lost. Vikings trying to poke at some of the medevacs right now. This command center needs to be pulled back. Some Marines will chunk right through. Oh, no! They don't chunk right through this siege tank. I thought they were going to be able to, but not the case. The handful of Marines that are still alive will be pulled back, healed up by the medevacs. More siege tanks to defend this expansion area. But the big thing to note is that Mag, you can already see, setting up and saturating over here at that third base. The natural's nicely done. Main base actually needs to move some SCVs around, but that's a micro thing right now, or macro thing, because the micro's in for some of this army. Budget Clem, Mag, maybe looking to go for the throat here with these massive amount of medevacs. Might go for some sort of drop into the main base here, try and go around the edge. Of course, there are some Vikings to patrol around that area, and you can actually see the patrol line going. The expectation is that these Vikings will see it. You did not go to the Comic-Con? It kind of sucked. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, the drop into the base. The Vikings are going to clean up all of these medevacs. The Marines are being microed. The Vikings drop down to ground form to clean up the last siege tank. And these Marines, they're going to try and make some work happen here. Losing a Viking or two here and there as we take a look at units lost and resources accompanied with that. Trying to pull these Vikings, or pull these Marines into the siege tank line. The Vikings are able to do exactly that. We've got our armory on the way. Meanwhile, back over here towards the natural, seemed like there was maybe sort of a pincer move coming out from Mag, trying to make something happen on the main base as well as approaching the natural in the third. But it seems like Xingming in this map is holding very strong. A little supply block for the time being. Definitely behind on workers as a few have been lost. There was that Banshee harassment earlier on that did find some value. Mag is going to go for another expansion, move a whole lot of SCVs immediately to that. You can see on the minimap, there's a lot of little blue moving across here. Marauders on the way as well. Let's see what we got going on for upgrades. Mag with already Stim. You've got Combat Shield. You've got Terran 1-1. Meanwhile, for Xingming, it's just going to be that Banshee Cloak, but Ship Weapons level 1 is on the way. It's almost 2 minutes out, though. Confused noise at that sick Baja drop and Viking defense. What's up, Kiss? How you doing, bud? Confused noises, what? I'm bound to make some mistakes when I cast StarCraft 2. scan coming out from Mag, looking just to see what Xingming is up to, trying to match the army positioning, or maybe position where Xingming is not, and look for some sort of attack, as Xingming may have moved their army out. But this is going to be another expansion for Xingming. Map is being moved out into by both our players, as the production from Budget Clem from Mag is just ripping up. Oh my god. Quite a bit being produced by our Blue Terran players. We take a look at the upgrades once again. Still is just going to be the Banshee Cloak, or just the Cloaking Field. You also will see concussive shells for the Marauders, so you have that slow up for them. That's ship weapons level 1. Infantry level 2. Actually, infantry 2-2. Ship plating level 1. Ship, vehicle weapons level 1, so sorry. Different verbiage for those things between ship and vehicle. And our planetary fortress to be the upgrade over here for a little extra defense. These sensor towers do see that that Mag is moving in. Vikings will drop down from the sky. The siege tank's going to try and take out this bio line. Vikings are moved in on the backside of this. They're going to drop down right next to these siege tanks, but the Marauders immediately clean that up, and it does look like the army is just being wiped out on the side of Xingming. Mag might have just been able to lock in a victory, though as I say this, there are still 11 siege tanks available for Xingming, so there is still some static defenses. It's not just over yet. Thors are on the way, and Terran vehicle weapons level 2 as well for Xingming, but this max range from the siege tanks will be able to poke down this planetary fortress. Granted, a lot of resources are being spent to keep this planetary fortress alive. A handful of Vikings of their own. Budget Clem doing fantastic right now, forcing resources out. A couple Thors have finished out as well for Xingming. This might be last-ditch effort, or you might just have to give up this base right here and just start working on this expansion down on the far side of the map. You didn't know 2 Terrans? Oh, okay, sorry, my bad, okay. As I said, we're learning to cast a new game, a new style of game, so of course there's a little bit of wobbling, so. Alright, our 3 Thors, they're currently, it's one across the board on our ship weapons. Terran is 2-2 though for Mag here. Thors are gonna poke at some of these units. Ooh. More Thors on the way. Terran 2-2, it's getting pretty close here. We got a, excuse me. Oh, I'm blanking on the name. The Liberator, sorry. The Liberator will set up here, and it's going to be taking down the siege tank. Xingming is holding on for the time being. 8 more Liberators are being created, though. Thanks, I appreciate the kind words. As I say, more Liberators are being created, more Thors are on the way, more command centers as well. And I gotta say, Xingming is held out here. A lot of resources, though, spent to keep this planetary fortress alive. Oh, I want to look at income really quickly. Look at the harvester difference. 9 SCV differences. This command center, will they cancel? Yeah, gonna get the cancel for the save. A whole lot of Thors here. How many Thors we got? 5 Thors, 2 more on the way. A bunch of Liberators setting up, and those are gonna clean out these Thors. The siege tank as well. I do think Mag has got enough units to push in, but no, wait, hold on. The Thors on the low ground are doing a fantastic job of defending. And it's not over just yet. Advanced ballistics on the way as well, so I want to look at this really quickly. Increase the range of the Liberators in defend mode by 3. Okay. Terran 3-3 on the way for Mag here. Hold up, maybe a flank position being set up here. Liberators will set up and are going to get some great shots out, but the Thors will clean up the Liberators immediately. Such a devastating fight that goes the way of Xingming. These Thors, these siege tanks, the mech is working out, and Xingming will start moving across the map, starting to advance, and that is gonna be GG. Ladies and gentlemen, we head to a map number 3. There we go. Well, that was fairly interesting. That was fair. That was a great game. That was really good. Xingming held so hard there, man. Xingming held really, really hard there. We're going to Hecate, for our map number 3. First best of 3 of the day. And I'm looking at the bracket right now. I'm trying to see if we our next matchup is already finished out. Doesn't look like it just yet. All right, either way, we'll load on into this. Man, this is exciting. Thank you all for joining me. If you're having a good time, be sure to drop a follow. We will put this on YouTube, so if you're watching over on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Map 3. All right, 1-1 on our score and our first best of 3 of the day. Here in the top right, in the red, our Terran player who just held so very hard, we've got Xingming. Down in the bottom left of our map, it was a strong map number 1. Good attempts in map number 2 for early game harassment. We'll see how things work out here for Budget Clem in the blue. And as it says on the bracket, Mag SC2. One day I'll find out what the correct thing to do, like the correct etiquette is. Like, do you just go off bracket? Do you go off what it says in game? Probably off bracket, but you know, who knows? Maybe they want to be called Budget Clem here and there. Speaking of, what do we got going on over here, bud? Well, no, Xingming has done scouting in the early game. And that's actually going to be coming out here, but, I lost to something like this very earlier this week. Earlier this week, I was like, oh, I saw three SCVs go across the map, and then I was like, no, they didn't build anything, and then I didn't check, like, right here, and I got 3 raxed. Now I know. Just call them not red and not blue. Oh, easy, 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 easy. All right, this is the vision of Xingming. We know what's going on. They don't. Maybe they do now. Panic ensues. Double refinery, no racks. You have to expect some shenanigans. I know I keep holding on to vision, but I just want to see this. Oh, look at that. That's just the SCV is just hiding behind the little wall. Okay, now this is going to be seen. Reaper comes out. We'll take out this SCV really quickly, but there is still the 2 racks chilling over here. Reaper already spawned. Combat drugs will allow this Reaper to heal up a little bit, but the trade is in favor for the time being. No, actually, hold on. No. Good micro from Xingming. Good defend for the time being. Put out an early barracks on the high ground here, just in case for that, well, that double racks harassment. Reaper, as I mentioned, has that combat drug, so they'll be healing up a little bit as SCVs are going to be pulled over to this Reaper wall. Actually, ooh, this is aggressive from Xingming. Wants to go out and scout a little bit. Sees this. The SCVs are on the line. The Marine comes out. The sustained damage is in place. The micro is really good so far. 1 Reaper with just a sliver of HP. Both of these Reapers with a sliver of HP. And has this early game pressure worked out? It's been a lot of harassment. Lost a bit of mineral, a bit of income here from having to micro all these SCVs around. Meanwhile, back over here, there's an SCV just chilling. Another command center to be built. The SCVs are pulled off. Oh, I don't know if I really like how things are looking here. Though there is a Hellion right now, and that Hellion should be able to provide some splash damage. KD8 grenade goes out, avoided. So much micro right now between the 2 players for just this early game harassment. So some SCVs back pulling in some minerals as well. These Reapers will try and work into the worker line. They'll be pulled. The SCVs are pulled off and all the Reapers are cleared out. Still though, Reapers are being, 1 more Reaper is made, and actually, yeah, there's 1 more being trained, but it looks like these racks are going to be pulled back towards the base. Yeah, you can actually see they're being pulled back all the way there already. So the early game, 2 racks is held out by Xingming. Once again, Xingming holding so very well, remaining calm in all this pressure, knowing that they're going to be down in some of the resources. Wait a minute, what are we doing here? What is this? Why? So this is scene.
Add-on complete.
Where are we going with this? I guess scouting with the racks, I guess? I don't know, man. Hey, what's up, Toasty? No expo, now your brain's going, oh, it's a full bunker rush, racks drop. Some Cyclones move across the map. We got some Reapers still chilling over there on the left-hand side. Cyclones, excuse me, Hellions. As these, well, the Rax is on fire right now, so it will slowly lose, what is it, 5 HP per second? Or is that just the Marine damage coming through? Oh, that's the Marine damage coming through. Never mind. Okay, so that's being dealt with for the time being. Liberator on the way. We also will see that Viking coming out, so that makes quicker work. There you go. Now it's on fire. Now it's losing damage over. Now it has damage over time. Not really sure about that. That's definitely something someone will have to teach me, because I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like you would have wanted to pull back the rack so you don't lose the production off of that, but I guess it was providing some vision around what's going on. It forces Marines to move, but there was no other attack happening during that time, so it's just, to me, it's like, well, it feels like it's just a building sacrifice at that point. Either way, a little bit to be amassed here. 2 Cyclones, 2 Reapers, and a Medevac. Still Hellions on the high ground over here, making sure there's no Reaper jump. We've also got static defenses with 3 of these siege tanks. And Xingming is building back up from an early game, harassment. Doesn't look too bad for a red Terran player. Actually, you know, we haven't really looked over here, down over at Mag's base and expansions and what they've been up to. So let's take a look and see what we've got going on. Reactors, we've got our starport, as well as with the reactor on top of that. Excuse me, tech labs for some research as well, and we're going to be seeing 1-1 for Terran, for infantry, as well as stim to be researched. What's up, Skullfeet? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for coming through and checking out the games. No upgrades just yet. Take a look at what we have unit-wise. Some Hellions. Excuse me. Yeah, some Hellions. 5 Vikings. A couple siege tanks and Marines for Xingming. On the opposing side, it's fairly, it's actually not as close. I mean, a couple siege tanks, a Liberator, 2 Cyclones, and it does look like Xingming's gonna step out here and try and go for a 3rd base. Siege tank's gonna take out the 2 Reapers. That Viking will not be able. Actually, no, I think it was only 1 Reaper to go down, but either way, Vikings almost sniped that Medevac, able to boost away. Liberator set up over here on the southeast side of the map. I guess you could say it's more so the east side of the map. But I think Xingming's safely expanded. Gonna move a Marine over here just to scout out. Liberator coming across the map, but this is gonna be an easy... Oh, no, not gonna pull the Viking over here. All right, there's the... it's on patrol, and I keep thinking they're gonna micro that Viking in place. 1 siege tank does go down, and it looks like they will lose 2 SCVs on top of that. Still have these units chilling over here on the left-hand side. That low Medevac, that low Cyclone, but the Reaper does have the combat drugs to heal back up. Seems like we have a Hellion to go across the map. Nope, maybe not. Just gonna set up in this corner here for some vision. No Zelnaga towers on this map for extra vision. And we just have the Marine on the high side. Actually, no, it was replaced by Hellion as well. Okay. So Viking patrolling on the right-hand side. More Vikings to be created. Research-wise, 1-1 is about to finish up for Mag here for his infantry. Also, a couple Marauders being made. We've got the combat shields immediately being researched as well. Stim was finished earlier on. And Xingming just going to set a few patrols here as well. I got that Marine down on the right-hand side. So a little bit of just scouting out with a unit or 2 here and there while we wait for more saturation onto the natural, or onto the 3rd base. Speaking of bases, we have Mag, Budget Clem, moving over for a 4th right now. Also, we'll see that armor being created by Mag as well. Actually, both players going for their armories right now. Thor immediately, though. Xingming likes their Thors! Xingming likes their Thors. Gonna go for vehicle weapon level 1. And a sensor tower as well to be built in the 3rd base location for some extra vision or scouting. Actually, it's not really vision. It's just, I guess it's map awareness is probably a good word for it. And for those of you that don't know, maybe, that sensor tower going up, this is what it will look like when an enemy unit gets inside the radius. I'm just trying to showcase it, but it looks like Mag might just be able to kind of meander right through the middle of it. Oh, there we go. So you can see that this is what it looks like for Xingming. Xingming's like, all right, I see all these on my map. Now I'm going to see them in place. Okay, I'm going to pull away. I'm going to play this safe. Give up the sensor tower for the time being. Thor is here. There's also a good group of Vikings as well. 11 Vikings for Xingming over here. And as I said, that ship weapon, level 1, is being worked on. Or vehicle weapon, so that's going to be... Yeah, it's different than, like, Viking. Well, I guess Viking in air. But the Thor is going to be benefiting from that Terran vehicle weapon level 1. 2-2 for Budget Clem is being researched as well. We are going to see ship weapons level 1. Sorry, I always think the booster is defense for ships, but that's not the case. It's plating is for ships. Got Terran's got too many icons. They just got too many icons. Just simplify it. Spawn everything from your command center. You don't need extra buildings to spawn from. Just make it all like Zerg. Does this scene? No, and at least not without a sensor tower, but a few... Oh, actually not a few. You got 4 missile turrets going up immediately. Good defenses being set in place by Xingming. More Thors on the way. Vehicle weapons level 2 is being researched as well. Ship weapons level 1 for Budget Clem is about 50%, as well as the Terran 2-2, or the Ground 2-2. More expansions for Mag here. Command center being finished out as well. Probably going to float that to a new location soon. And this will be seen. There's another sensor tower. Actually, it's not going to be seen just yet. Ah, it is. Xingming knows this is coming their way. A lot of units just thrown into this. The Thors are going to be dealing some decent damage. That one will be going down. One Thor is getting really low here. 3 more have arrived. The scan onto the low ground from Xingming to try and provide some extra vision for those siege tanks. And the Thors are making good work into those Vikings in the air. And now we're in a bit of a lull in our fight as Mag is considering what to do in this moment. Of course, the sensor tower still sees a lot of this. Scan to provide some vision for the Thor. Going to try and splash into those Vikings. More scans coming out. These scans are for that low ground siege tank. Does take out the refinery. Poking on to the planetary fortress here as well. And what does Xingming want to do? Massing more mech over here on the right-hand side. Thor's on the way as well. Ship plating level 1. As well as ship weapons level 2 for Mag. And ship Terran vehicle weapons level 2 for Xingming is almost finished out here. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry, I got to tab out. Sorry, Twitch was going to try and run ads, and we don't do that during casted content. There was so little downtime between the games that I was like, oh, I can't run ads, so I'll be able to run it after this game because it's a best of 3, and, well, we're in map 3. Oh, and I'm out of tea somehow. How did that happen? Alright, another expansion from Xingming as well on that east side of the map. Down on the south side, more command centers to be made. Those will be floated into other positions as this massive army, this huge air army is just being floated down to the east side. And this, of course, is going to be seen as those sensor towers will be able to reveal as they're riding just the edge of that. So scans constantly. Xingming doesn't want to miss out. One Liberator goes down immediately as well. We are going to be seeing ship or Terran vehicle weapons level 3 being researched. Terran ground 3-3 as well being worked on by Mag. And these Thors are moving in. They're going to try and clean out the Liberators. Bunch of Vikings drop down to the ground to try and whittle through, or I guess rocket through? Well, they use machine guns on the ground, don't they? Gonna try and make Swiss cheese of the Thors. There you go. Let's take a look at the upgrades really quickly. We do have that advanced ballistics for the Liberators, so they go from a 10 to 13 range, I do believe, because it's a +3. And as I had mentioned, Terran Vehicle level 3 is about to be finished out, so that's good for the Siege Tanks, good for the Thors. Maybe we'll see some I was about to say, I wonder if we're going to get some plating research, and I did miss that. 3 more Thors on the way, Planetary Fortress upgrade as well. The armies are just being scouted back and forth. The Xingming knows that Mag's there. Mag knows that Xingming is there, probably. And it looks like we get a little bit of a macro play right now. They keep scanning back and forth, seeing what the setups are going to be. But of course, I do think Mag and Xingming want to expand on this map, get their SCV count up on these mineral lines. And actually, we can take a look at the SCV count right now. The worker, the harvesters, if you will, 87 to 81, more so for Mag. Take a look at what's been lost as well. About a 4K resource difference. Terran Ship 3 is being worked on. That's pretty early as well. I think that's plating 2 for both. Infantry 3-3 is almost done for Mag as well. A couple more factories being created by Xingming. Might be trying to up the production on those Thors. Xingming with a lot of resources right now. 4K in minerals, about 1,000 in gas. One more Thor to be created. It seems like one of the Liberators is going to try and set up, going to get some shots onto a Thor. God, that Thor almost goes down. But they will be able to trade into it. Got 10 Liberators on the way, by the way. 10 Liberators are being created by Budget Clem, by Mag here. Big investment into those Liberators, but of course, I mean, this is going to be Liberators with ship weapon level 3 in just a moment. What is going on over here, though? What is this? What do we got going on over there? So that base is being poked at, and Xingming is like, maybe I can do a wraparound attack, but of course that's going to be seen by the sensor towers. So what is the game plan here from you, Xingming? What are we looking to achieve with this? Take out the wall and then flank right into them? Or is this just going to be, let's just try and trade right into it? And it seems like that's the case right now. Xingming with a huge mech, but the siege tank blocks everything from moving in. The Liberators start setting up. The scan comes out. The siege tank gets sniped immediately. Medevacs will be, the Vikings get floated in. These Medevacs, oh my god, the Thors deal so much damage! And it doesn't look like Mag wants to go for a straight-up base trade. Siege tanks are going to be unsieged, moving back into position over here at this low side, south side base. We do have the Liberators setting up here. A lot of overlap with those circles, and this might be enough to take out all these Thors, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. The Thors are just shredding through the Liberators. And Xingming, by the way, still has 6K in minerals, nearly 2K in gas. And that's not a comment of just floating resources. That's just a comment on Xingming can lose a lot of this and rebuild very, very quickly, I do believe. I want to take a look at the structures really quickly. How many factories? 7 factories, yeah. Liberators are going to take down some of these units. A lot of the Thors were lost right there. 2 Thors do remain. As I said, there's so much resources for Xingming to rebuild right now. 5 Thors immediately being built back up. Sensor tower again. More Liberators, and we're getting into the very late game. Right? I would say we're getting into the late game, not very late game. We're not fully mined out on the map, but we're getting into the late game for Hecate here. Hecate? Hecalady? Liberators will take out the SCVs, the sensor tower being cleared out, or unfinished, I guess. Not cleared out. Constant scans from Mag here, just trying to track the movement of Xingming. Xingming kind of just looking ahead to see what is going to be siegeable. There is some racks over here. Might try and look for an attack really quickly, but back down over here, the Liberators set up and we'll clear out most of the SCVs and the siege tank on this base. Siege tank on the low side gets vision from the Liberators, and now we do see the pushing on the left-hand side from Xingming. Going to try and take out a bit of this expansion. One of the barracks is on fire. Can the SCVs heal this in time? Is this going to be a barracks that crashes to the ground? It does look like my hopes and dreams. More expansions from Xingming, trying to take a few more bases. The SCVs are going to scout. Oh, no. Oh, no. These SCVs are just out in the open, and it's hunting season for the Cyclones and Marauders. That is a lot of SCVs to lose right there. The E is silent, but it's detail, who cares? Wait, which E? There's 2 E's! Liberators will start clear up a few units, but of course, the more Thors come through and those take down those Liberators. Let's take a look at what's been lost here. The E in the E is silent. Stark, thank God you're here! Yo, Stark, why would a Terran player float a barracks around an enemy's main base instead of just pulling it back to their own? It was something that happened earlier in this game. I didn't understand why. I was like, are they just using that Rax to scout and float around here? And it wasn't, and I will say this, it wasn't like Budget Clem, the one who was doing the floating. It wasn't like they were trying to go for a backstab. Like, it was just floating it around, and it eventually died. It felt like a waste of money. Okay, so it's just floating around for that. Okay, all right. So that was my assumption, but it just felt like it just felt weird. It looked and felt weird. Yeah, it was like they only had to spend, like, it was 2 Marines following it around, but it wasn't like Mag was able to harass or anything else. Sorry, let me snooze ads again. I don't want ads to run all of a sudden in the middle of this game, because it is a very good game number 3 in our first best of 3 of the day. The Liberators set up. They've got a whole handful of damage. If you want to see the upgrades during this fight, you can scout on the top left of your screen. Speaking of scouting, scans will be coming through. It does seem like Xingming will push in further. These Liberators will take down the Viking. A bit of a trade. Actually, the Vikings are cleaning out so many of these Liberators. Oh my God, the respectful 1v1. Four HP in a dream. Resources for Xingming down to just under 2k in minerals, around 400 in gas. Mag is a little bit on the lower side of that in the gas-wise, but minerals still coming in just fine for Mag, as you have a lot of bases being taken on the south side of the map. Let me get a little bit better of a zoom out right now. Kind of feels like Xingming's doing a lot of just house cleaning, just constantly cleaning up so much of what Mag has thrown at them. And Mag actually will take this east side base. Wonder if we'll see Xingming look for this west side as well, because we only have 1 mineral line that's not being worked on currently, and that is this one right here. So I guess I can say we're getting close to the very late game, as almost everything is going to be mined out soon. Planetary Fortress will make work of the refineries here on the right-hand side. That way units can be microed across the map, as well as maybe poke at each other. Speaking of poke, one to be lost right there. In my honest opinion, it's still a bit telling. I'm going mech/air, not bio info to your opponent. Oh, I see what you mean there. Okay, I'm okay with sacrificing a Rax because I'm not going to need this later on. I see what you mean. So that is a little bit of a tell right there. And holy crap! During that little discussion we had, a massive fight does break out. The Thors are cleaning things up. And that kind of seems to be the motif of a lot of the fights. There aren't a ton of units left after these skirmishes, but it is Xingming coming out on top of the vast majority. Granted, of course, as all that's going to be happening, Budget Clem, Mag is doing a great job of macroing across the map. Fully mined out the main, the natural, the third base over here is just about to be finished out, or getting close to it. It does seem like Mag wants to take this last one on the left-hand side. We do have that command center being floated on over, and I wonder, is this going to be the call for Xingming to make something happen to shut that down? Thor's moved in across the map. Once again, we show what upgrades are on the top left of your screen for the respective players. And I did learn today, advanced ballistics, and it's a +3 range on the Liberator, which I believe moves it from a 10 to a 13. I believe that is what we have learned about Terrans. Little microbe, some missiles thrown back from those Vikings. Bit of trade back and forth right there as we take a look at the units and resources lost. Can I do Shift L? Do I have that ability? Oh, I do! Wonderful, there we go. While we're just looking at these scans, take a look at what actually has been lost in detail. Did they remove the Marauder upgrade? No, it's still in the game. It was actually, concussive shells was used last game, but take a look. I mean, Marauders, well, actually, no, there are 19 Marauders. Yeah, you make a good point. There's 19 Marauders. I am a little bit surprised there are no concussive shells. especially with because it is infantry 3/3. Of course, it's ship weapons 3. Oh boy. And more Marauders being made, so yeah, you make a good point. The Thors can't be slowed, so I guess you're affecting the seat. Oh, yeah. All right, Thors will start moving in. The Vikings taking out some of these medevacs as well, trying to deny the healing onto those Marauders, as we were just discussing. A little sidewall fight. Xingming is like, I'm so sick of this little choke point. I'm going to take out the sidewall, and let's start stepping in, because I think Xingming might be looking to go for the throat here. More Thors being moved across the map for this Vikings as well. Going to smash their face right into Mag, and that is Xingming, who held strong in map number 2, played so very well here in map number 3 in the beginning, and just nice mech from Xingming. Overall, GG, well played. Xingming moves on through the bracket up against Infantion, I believe is how I say their name. GG. All right, if you do get ads, I apologize. This is the time when we run ads, because this is when we want to get rid of them, because we have another best of 3 coming up, and I don't want you to have to watch ads during the best of 3. So let's go ahead and run said ads, and let's get set up for our next map. So we are still in a party with Xingming, so I think we're just gonna chill. Oh, nope, we're gonna, okay, we all left the party. Still following you. GG last series. Smile. The player you're trying to whisper is currently not accepting messages. Okay. CSL. Still following Xingming versus Infantion. Smile. All right. Hey, Bear, what's up, bud? Good to see you. That was fun. Like, I have so much fun casting this. Like, I'm not like the greatest StarCraft 2 caster, but I have so much fun doing this. So, and if y'all have any little, like, if you hear something, you're like, oh, you're welcome to give some feedback. You're welcome to give some feedback. Just please be positive. Learning a new game is stressful, and there's a lot of things, but a little bit of feedback here and there is always much appreciated. Okay, I think I have enough time to run and grab my cup of tea, so I'll be right back. I'm going to go run and grab a cup of tea. I'm going to boil some water for another cup later, and we'll get into another best of 3 in just a moment. BRB. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. All right. Okay. Whew. You didn't miss ID units. You looked at the minimap. You looked at production. You kept upgrades up often. The details will come later, basically identifying build orders. Thank you very much for the kind words, Kiss. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback. Good morning, Cav. How you doing today, bud? How are you doing today, my friend? I'll add Xingming to my friends list. Let me add Caitlyn as well. There's another StarCraft 2 caster that I can add friend. Might as well add some friends here today. Okay. So, this was Mag versus Xingming. Very good player. Very fun to watch Xingming. So now we're going to see Infantion versus Xingming. If you'd like to take a look at the bracket, you can use exclamation bracket. Let's see. So I think there's 2 bans each. So ban. So I ban, X ban, I ban, X ban. Map 1, map 2, map 3, I do believe is the order of operations on this. Okay, so EQ Equilibrium will be banned away. Hard Lead will be banned away. Thank you, Skullfy, for the redemption. I'll do that once once we get all of our stuff going here. But I can do Mr. Bandit. You are perfect. Thank you for the redemptions, everybody. Hope you're all having a great Saturday. You're less prettier than Bandit, though, but I don't think you can ever beat it. That's true. Site Delta. Site Delta is banned away. What's the map where the natural is like across from your main? What map is that? Is that a ban on Oceanborn? Or are we going to Oceanborn? I thought it was... I think we need to veto 2 more. Oh, I think they do need to actually as well. Oh, right, it's a 9 map pool, so there's even more bans now. So it's I ban, X ban. So, Oceanborn is the first ban? Is a 4th ban, I think? We'll see. You don't know the map names? Oh, dude, the map names, like... So some of them like Al Coyon. I don't know how to say that one. Hecate. Radhaus Station, which I think is supposed to be like Dutch. Divergence. Okay. So this is Alcyon is banned. Yeah, why can't they have simple names like that, Kiss? Exactly. Why can't they have simple names like that? Alright, Hecate is banned out as well. So map 1 is Solaris. Solaris, I can say that one. Golden Nara will be our second map. And last will be Radhurst Station. Radhurst Station. Alright, we got 3 maps. Alright, the lobbies will be happening in a second. Let's go ahead. As I said, we got treats for the good boy. Yes. We'll do these we'll just lean over for the guy. For the lad. So gentle. So precious. Alright, looks like they're discussing server. Alright, server, central, blah, 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 blah. Because rule of cool and StarCraft is rock and roll, so it needs cool map names. Oh, okay. You don't want to play your league matches on kindergarten porch? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I mean, like, you could make an underwater map and call it, like, Sebastian's Great Adventure. Right? Sebastian was the crab? You're resisting your urge to reinstall StarCraft 2? Why? StarCraft 2 is fun. Even then, there's co-op, there's customs. You don't have to play ladder. The campaigns are fun to replay. Because you need to sleep. Well, I mean, you don't have to play StarCraft 2 today. You could reinstall it tonight and then play it tomorrow when you get up. Big braining out here. All right, next best of 3. We got Terran versus Zerg. Who wins this BO3? Infantion or Zing Ming. All right, 5 minutes because it's a best of 3. 5 minutes. Who wins this? Best of 3. There you go. Little gamble for all of you in chat. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into Chat StarLeague 21. We are in our second best of 3 of the day here on Solaris in map number 1 of this best of 3. And in the red, our red Terran player. Big surprise. We got Xing Ming. Down in the bottom left, we have not had a chance to see Protoss today because our first matchup was TVT, so we've got ourselves a Protoss player with Infanson. Infanson. I think I'm saying shun, and there's no I, no Infantion. It's Infanson. All right, map number 1. We did have a ban onto Equilibrium, Hard Lead, Site Delta, Oceanborn, Asylon, I don't know how to say it yet, and as well as Hecata. Xing Ming goes across the map with this SCV to check out what's going on. Oh my god, it's Probius taking down a supply depot. Now what do we got going on over here? Looks like Xing Ming is going to put a... Is this a... It's a barracks, right? No, not a barracks. It's an engineering bay. God dang it. Puts down an engineering bay, gets the vast majority of the HP on it, and that will block the natural location for Infantion. Anyone else experience complete GPU failure? Ooh, I hope not. I'm sorry to hear that if that's the case. An engineering bay is the best ratio of minerals to build an early game Terran structure, most economic way to block an... You know what's funny, Stark? Is I knew that, actually. I was like, oh. Engineering bay is, like, super cheap, and this is why it's being used to block. I knew that, actually. Yeah, so you spend 125, cancel for 94, 31 loss. Now that part I didn't know. I saw the cancel and I was like, I wonder how much money that is. Alright, we have our natural being made by our Protoss player. We do have a probe to go scout once again. Unfortunately, that probe won't be able to get through, and the Marine, our John Rambo, will be able to clear out that probe. Though down on this southeast side of the map, we do have a gateway as well as a pylon being created. Or, well, the pylon's already there, but the gateway's right there. A Adept already moving across the map. A second one on the way as well. Now, Natural's almost finished out. We have a Cyclone chilling here on the ramp. Now, will the Shade move past? Okay, the Shade will move past, but does it activate? And that's the real question. Nice little micro coming out from Fan here. I'm going to shorten their name for Fan for ease for myself. I apologize if that's not correct to do. Stalker out for Fan, and Xing is going to start moving across the map with a couple SCVs. Marine, going to move through those speed zones. Does see the Shade moving across as well, but that Shade is going to be canceled. Sees only one Cyclone, but 2 more are right behind that. 4 more on the way. Xing looking for an early game attack here, but there are a good amount of Stalkers. They will snipe that. Oh, the Cyclone gets sniped. The SCVs go down as well, and it's all retreat from Xing here as Infanson does continue to pressure across the map. Marine to be lost as well. Take a look at the actual losses right now. Oh, there you go. You got a Stalker. There we go. Lock on from our Cyclones will be into one of these Shades, or excuse me, one of the Adepts, and the Depths will go down. Stalkers move quickly back across the map. What is the... Does it show the speed? It's 35% movement speed. Okay. If I recall, they buffed / reworked the Cyclones recently. I don't know if it's reworked, but they definitely, from what I have heard in StarCraft 2 channels that I watch here and there, it's there's a lot of complaints about the Cyclones getting a buff. I do believe it is. I don't know if it was a rework. I don't as I said, you know, StarCraft 2 is like If it was Heroes of the Storm, I could be like, yes, a rework, or, you know, this or that, but I don't know the intricacies of the terminology for StarCraft 2 just yet. Couple Stalkers to be picked off by the Cyclones with this lock-on, and they will just shred through these Stalkers. More to be warped in, but it does feel like the micro of these Cyclones is just too good. 2 HP on one of these Cyclones. Will it be saved? Oh, the Stalkers are chasing in. No Blink has been researched just yet, I don't believe, and it's actually just started being researched as I jump to the upgrades. There is going to be an Immortal, and we'll be able to tank a bit of damage. Oh, sorry, it's just armor. No, it's just regular armored. Never mind. And it's mechanical as well, so these Cyclones are also dealing extra damage to mechanical units. Unfortunately, on the high ground here, this Immortal and these Stalkers are going to be able to hold for the time being. The range was nerfed a lot once they lock on. Ah. Because wasn't the damage increased or something like that? You know, it'd be smart if I, like, thoroughly read through the patch notes. It'd be very smart if I did that. Hey, Day! How you doing? God, your post, by the way, makes me want to go to the cider mill. I almost said that in your Discord. I was looking at the photo, and I was like, man, I want to take Bandit and Trinity to the cider mill. Damage was nerfed as well. Oh! Then why is everyone upset about the Cyclone? Then I'm confused. I thought it had like increased damage. Locks on weapon, increasing the Cyclone range to 9, allowing it to move while firing. 11 damage to normal, or 11 normal damage and 14 to mechanical. Take pics when you're there. I don't know. It's like an hour down the mountain, but I'm really thinking about it. Like, maybe I'll go on the 16th because I don't have anything planned on that day off yet. I might go down the mountain. Or I'll just wait till I go down around Thanksgiving or something and then on my way back up. But either way. I know, right? Exactly. Stalkers are gonna blink in. These are gonna be some Cyclones locking on, trying to do their best. The SCVs will move out as well. I don't know if Zing can stop this pressure right now. The natural is being eviscerated. We'll get the liftoff onto this command center. I'm gonna try and boost it away. Siege tank on the high ground, and yeah, it's in Fanson. We'll be able to take map number 1 in a fairly well-played game. Do the Protoss still have Dragoons? Not in ladder. Not in ladder, they don't. In campaign, they do. If you were to play the campaign, you can make Dragoons. Baha up in his mountain looking at the valley people. They're so tiny. Immortals or Dragoons with a huge ass gun on top. I would rather have an Immortal in Heroes of Storm than a goddamn Phoenix. I'll tell you what. Goliaths are not in there either. Yep, yeah, that's correct. You don't have, what's the tall boys from the Zerg, the Abominations? Those are not in there as well. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, back into it here on Golden Aura. On the bottom right of the map, down in this best of 3 series, we have our red Terran player. We have Xing Ming. In the top left of Golden Aura, looking for a quick 2-0 and to move towards the semifinals in the bracket, our Protoss player, we have Infanson. We'll see how things start out here for the 2 players. No early game, any early game shenanigans? No. We're going to be seeing Gateway, we'll see our barracks, we'll see our supply depot, refinery on the way as well. And this is where Xing Ming bounced back in the last best of 3. Will Xing find their momentum here, or is it going to be a quick, fast Golden Aura game? from Infanson. We'll see how things start out here for the 2 players. No early game, any early game shenanigans? No. We're going to be seeing Gateway, we'll see our barracks, we'll see our supply depot, refinery on the way as well. And this is where Xing Ming bounced back in the last best of 3. Will Xing find their momentum here, or is it going to be a quick, fast Golden Aura game from Infanson? Golden? Well, it looks more beige tan. God dang it. Someone get the dropper and go into Photoshop. Now that I think about it, only Zergs didn't lose a unit in the end. No, the Abomination. The Abomination. That's a campaign unit that's not in in ladder. I'm sure there's actually a few. There's like the little flyer bat thingies. Those things aren't in ladder. Oh, StarCraft. I was referring to StarCraft 2. Oh, StarCraft 1. Oh, got you. Okay, sorry. Yeah, StarCraft 1 I don't know much about. Something Kerrigan, something Stukov. Jimmy right clicks. But we do have our natural expansion already for Fan over here, and Fanson will have that. We have a little bit of a check from the Reaper. Just checking around for any sort of proxy locations. You can actually see the line a little bit right there. Just moving this Reaper across the map. This map, by the way, does have double Zelnaga Tower on the, I guess you could say, northeast, southwest side of the map. Oh, you go. Stark's got it. Yeah, Stark's the one person Stark's the one person I would go to. Uh-oh. Is this going to be scouted up by our Reaper in time? Yes, it will. Alright, I was wondering, what's the optimal play here? Do you just take down the pylon? And it looks like, yeah, that's going to be the case. So Probe goes back towards the natural, the main. We have two Adepts here. One at the ramp off the natural. Another one's going to be moving down, I think, towards this this proxy location. The Reaper's made its way through the shielding of this pylon. This will be a shade forward from the Adepts. Gonna try and take out the Reaper, and that will take out the Reaper. No! Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no! Okay, the shade's seen. Combat drugs are active. A couple Hellions move across the map right now. And this will be a shutdown onto this proxy location, as well as an... Oh, wait. Yeah, they did get it. I was wondering... I thought I saw a shade go out this way, so... Either way, the proxy location will be cleared out. Warp Gate is finished out as well from our Protoss player. Natural starts getting saturated. Main base is looking fully saturated. Gateway research is complete as well. And it looks like this is going to be a move across the map from Zing. Going to try and go for some pressure with these 3 Reapers and double Hellions. Man, Reapers, we got to get more of those guys. 2 Stalkers are going to be seen. The fight starts to break out. 1 Stalker, they get the snipe onto a Hellion. No trade to be had. And a battery to heal up the shielding on that 1 Stalker that did get a bit damaged. SCV is going to do God's work right now. It's Ripley. It's Ripley from Alien inside the mech suit. Hellion comes through, does 1 little bit of damage, is like, you got that, all right. Speaking of, man, that's a good rewatch. I gotta watch Alien tonight or something. I was gonna watch Event Horizon last night, but for some reason I ended up watching Scary Movie 3. It's not awful, but it's, I don't know. Oh, these 3 Reapers, they're gone. And the Stalkers are not gonna... I think 1 Stalker loses a bit of HP off of this trade. I was just about to say, we're getting fully saturated at the natural. The 3rd base coming out from our Protoss here. The SCV is still working through the shielding. 5! Oh, wait, Stalkers. Oh, no, that's not good. All right, well, the shielding still has 1 point of HP, or 1 point of... There's still 1 point of shielding left, and that will start regenerating. Siege tank for some static defense. We'll see a bunker push a place down as well. Refineries at the natural coming through. We're gonna have a couple barracks as well. So we're going... Are we going bio air? There is stim. So this is a bit of a different build from Zing. Zing has mostly been going into mech build, but this is going to be a bio-focused build. This is the first time I've actually seen Zing today researching stim. It's been mech into Terran earlier, but the blink up from the wall, or from the low side here, the vision from this hallucination helping out a ton, and that is going to be the research Nope, that's not right. The tech lab to be destroyed. Did they get... That canceled out all of the research for STEM, didn't it? Oh, no. Do you have a preference, Alien or Aliens? I honestly like the first 3 movies. They're a little redundant. They're a little bit like it's like, oh man, there's this crazy thing, and Rip is like, don't touch it, don't do the thing, and then like, dumb men scientists, no, I do what I want. I like the first and second. The third, I feel like I have vague. I just need to rewatch all of them, honestly. It's been like 2 years, so it's fine to rewatch them. Doomed to warn but never be listened. Yep, that's kind of the motif. I mean, it's better than Alien versus Predator. Heck you, Paul W.S. Anderson, for ruining movies. How does he keep getting the opportunity to direct movies? Like, Event Horizon is good, but it falls off so hard. It's like, all right, Paul W.S. Anderson was the director. Right, yep, that's, yep. I mean, there's so, like, I mean, when it comes to horror and, like, OGs of horror and stuff like that, Alien itself is just, it's, so much inspiration's been taken from that movie. So, by the way, STEM is still not done. And I don't know, I feel like Xingming has to know that it's not done, right? Because of the tech lab was destroyed before that finished out, but it never got re-researched. We do have extended thermal lance, so the Colossus will have a little bit more range. We got some Colossus coming out as well. So the extended thermal lance is done, and now we have a 9 range on the Colossi. We also will see, sorry, it's Protoss Ground 1. Terran level 1 is done. We will see the armory coming out. Protoss shielding 1. We got some Archons coming out as well. Our Archon's actually being morphed right now. Nope. There we go. I want to be able to show you the bottom right. Little custom skin on the Zealots I do like. Huge army. No, wow. I'm actually gonna be, I'm no concussive shells, no stim. We do have combat shield. We have infantry level 1. Infantry shield level 1 is on the way. More Colossus on the way. Another forge as well. And does Infanson see all of this? SCVs are being moved across the map, and they're gonna start just. This feels like an all-in from Zing right now. As the SCVs are gonna be pulled into all of this. Stim is being researched now, but it's 100 seconds away. And I do think that was the. Was it the anti-armor missile that came out? Yeah, as the anti-armor missile was that big AoE, and that's why everyone's kind of glowing red right now. Zealots are going to charge in. The fight will break out. The micro onto the Marines and Marauders. The Archons are getting so much good splash damage. I do think this is going to be GG's, and yes, indeed, our Protoss player will take map number 2. A dominant 2-0 from Infanson. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and run a block of ads. Get rid of those ads. Who wins the best of 3? It was Infanson. It was Infanson. Who we will continue to follow. GG, well played, following you into the next BO3. All right, let's take a look at the bracket here really quickly. So we are going to be seeing who versus who. So this is finished out. I guess we're waiting for Flexi versus Slip to finish out. I hope that's not the case. Huh. So we have Slayer's MVP versus whoever is winning that series. Thank you. Please update the bracket. I don't have any power there. Do I have the ability to update bracket? I don't think I do. No, I don't think I have the power to do any sort of bracket updating. Yeah, I don't think I do. Full bracket, semifinals, printer friendly. I think there would be a button for me to update scores. I have a question. Me and others are in a semifinal. Caster cast all semifinal games? Is Caster cast all semifinal games? Semifinals. Do. Oh wait, is the other caster not here anymore? No, there's two casters today. I think we. Oh, did I even run? I didn't even run the ads. Whoops. Air would know best if you wanna ping him in Discord. Is Caster cast up? That literally the question was right there. Alright. Boop, boop, boo. Events to cast. No. Alright, let me check this really quickly. As a Warhammer fan, there are like formats without sound, sword, chainsaw, or laser guns. I'm not going to hibernation. Oh, you need booms and explosions. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't think I have any admin powers on the bracket. I don't see a way for me to report anything. Okay. Well, how's everyone's Saturday? How y'all doing today? It is Saturday, right? Yeah, it is Saturday today. Nice little cozy casting stream to start out the weekend. Let me see. Oh, you're finally getting cold here, enjoying the crisp fallness. It's going up in temperature for us. It's actually gone up. It was like we had snow in the mountains. We got snow in the mountains one day. And today it's supposed to be I'm supposed to go out after stream, and I was telling my mom and dad, I was like, I might put on shorts today. It's supposed to be 73 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like close to 25 degrees Celsius. Probably like 23, 24, but whatever. We'll round up and say 25. It's like 25 degrees Celsius. That's actually, no, but still, you know what I mean. Tomorrow's gonna be 74. I was saying to my dad, I was like, Dad, it's gonna be like plus 70 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow, or on Sunday. I might finish streaming, go to the beach, and he's like, I mean, why not? It's October, but I mean, if it's 74 degrees, might as well get myself a little sunburn. Okay, so I can leave the Whisper with Xingming. They're out of the tournament for now. So, we reversed. It's now 52, and we were 75. Took some inspiration to go slow cook some pork. Oh, nicely, nice call, nice call. You doing? I'm assuming you're doing pulled pork. Enjoy. Is it 2-1? And in Fanson versus oh my god, I cannot type. Was a 2-0. People generally are generally confused where I live that it's October's basically May and June weather. Oh, that'd be so nice. Fall weather since May, June. If we didn't have the leaves changing, yeah. You finally finished reading Dune last night. It's been so enjoyable. Do you have Flexi versus Slip? And Winner versus Slayer? Just the first? You're not a big sci-fi? Alright, so there we go. The admin's updating stuff. Perfect. The admin's updating stuff, so we will be getting going into more games. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Gives us a chance to hang out and chat a little bit. You wouldn't call Dune sci-fi centric, but aren't there spaceships? And, like, lightsabers and stuff, and guns? Guns! Space guns! Pew, pew. There's actually no space guns, right? Isn't that, like, the whole thing with Dune? Is that, like guns cause more problems or whatever? Or, not cause problems, but, like, if you were to, like, fire a gun, doesn't it, like, destroy the I can't remember what the whole thing was. It was, like, there's no, like, guns in Dune because of something with... My mind draws a blank. You say Dune, all I hear is Doom. Oh man, I would love a new Doom. That's what it is, thank you. If the laser hits a shield, it causes a nuclear reaction. That's what it is. I was like, I know it's like big boom, bad things happen. Big bada boom. So yeah, because I remember I watched all of the Dune movie, and I missed that entire thing about the laser guns and the shields. And the entire time I was sitting there, I was like, why doesn't anyone just shoot someone else? Like, what the hell? It's space with just swords? Baja casting Doom Eternal gameplay. I mean, dude, I would do hosting for it, like GDQ hosting for sure. All right. As I said, we're just waiting for bracket update stuff. We're waiting to figure out what's gonna happen with our next series. I don't know what is going on, to be honest. Doom, honestly, Doom would be really fun to do commentary over. Maybe like a relay race or something like that, but yeah. I don't know what's going on with games right now. I'm not 100% sure. There's not a whole lot of communication coming out from 3 players. Well, our next semifinals there's nothing there. And Universe is still on score screen for 23 minutes. Trying to think of the funniest game for Bodacast. Would it be WarioWare? All right, I'm gonna go get a cup of tea. There's no communication coming out from the players right now. I'm gonna go grab another cup of tea, and hopefully we can get into another best of 3 in a moment. All right. Got the tea. Got all that. Oh, it is still going. That would be why. Okay. That would explain things. That would explain things. Oh, I don't know. Was that the end of that? So Slip and Flexi were just finishing out. And was that map 3? No, that was map 2, it looks like. See if I can join their party, maybe? For going to a map number 3. Alright, there we go. Map 3. Cool. All right, we got a game. Sorry about the delay, everybody. By the way, if you are hanging out, if you're enjoying yourself here, be sure to drop a follow. It's always much appreciated. We will put all this up on YouTube. I'll probably actually edit out some of the downtime or whatever. And we'll just put like a big block of StarCraft 2 casting into the YouTube, and I'll probably edit, as I said, I'll edit the video down a little bit. I got a couple little things to edit as well, for some memes and stuff like that for the stream. But we're getting into map number 3. We're gonna go to Hard Lead. We've got a Terran versus Terran. Big surprise, everyone. It's more TVT. It's more TVT as we continue today. This will be map number 3. This is actually a round 2 matchup, so the winner of this will actually go into round 3, which we still have to wait for that series to finish out. So looks like a player might be trying to join so that way they can get some scouting on the enemy. Not 100% sure, but maybe. There's little fighting in space in Dune since they rely on neutral energy for long distance. We recall it costs way too much to do space combat. Oh! Is it your roach or mine? I don't know fungal growth everything. Alright, let's get into it. We have a Terran vs. Terran, map number 3 on Hard Lead. Alright, the good looks are out. We're in map number 3. We haven't seen either of these players just yet, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got here. Down in the bottom right of Hard Lead, we're going to be seeing Slip, our Terran. And up in the top left, in the pinkish purple, we're going to be seeing another Terran player. We'll see Flexi. As I said, I have not seen any of these games. We jumped into map number 3 so we could keep the content going and see what's going on here. So we'll have to check out and see what the game plan is from these players, because right now we got 2 SCVs going across the map early from Slip. We have a barracks placed as well. Okay, excuse me, a supply depot. So this is going to be double racks proxy location. Just waiting for enough money for the second racks. There it is. Okay. Standard setup from Flexi right now. Double reactor coming out as well. Gonna be getting as much gas as possible. So what is the plan here? I'm assuming it's mass Reapers. Mass amount of Uh-oh, is it scouted? It is scouted. Immediately scouted by Flexi here, and they're like, okay, I see what's going on. And the unrespectful 1v1 or 1v2. One SCV will be pulled. The SCV will be pulled back, and now Flexi saying, "How am I going to deal with all of this? How am I going to deal with the double racks Reaper harass early on?" Well, we're gonna find out here. Second gas to be taken by Slip as well. We'll have 1 Reaper up for defense, 2 coming out almost, well actually 1 coming out a little bit faster than the other since the Rax location drop. Game 3 cheese, spicy could be Marauders. Or it could be Panic because of the Scout. I call it good friend saving for a mate being stabbed by a lunatic with a drill. I like that. Actually, I like that way better, Stark. That's clever. Alright, 1 Reaper will fall, but another one is already ready to go. KD-8 grenade going to be thrown down, gets the bit of a split, and this Reaper will be able to be saved. Combat drugs will activate, and that Reaper will slowly heal back up to full. More Reapers to be massed. Man, we got to get more of these guys. Alright, 1 Rax is going to be pulled back to the base. Now, here's the question. So this one's going back right into the main base. Now, are we going to see the same thing we saw earlier on today? From Xingming versus Mag, I believe it was. Is this going to be a scouting? Yes, it is. Scouting racks to be utilized here. Okay. 1 racks to be sacrificed. So this is the question now. We were discussing this earlier in chat. Does this mean that Slip is going to be moving into mech at this point? Are they going to be moving away from Bio, giving up this 1 racks? Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out soon. Yeah, it can mean, or I guess you could say it usually means But you never know. Actually, this Rax is going to be pulled back over here. It's not going to be continuing to scout. The bunker pushes that back. How many SCVs did we see get lost there? 9 SCVs to be taken down, and this Rax will be moving back. The salvage onto the bunker. Some Hellions to move across the map. And we got a Raven on the way as well for Flexi here. Starport almost finished out. We've got Cyclone being created as well. Another command center to be built. The Natural's already been taking. No saturation onto that as the refinery is going to be made. Hellions move up the ramp, move into a Cyclone, and okay, the Cyclone gets a lock on. How many of our workers to go down? No way. Only 1, 3. All right, 3 SCVs will be taken down. This barracks will finally fall. And there's the starport being put onto a tech lab. We also will see that factory with a tech lab as well, and a reactor on our one barracks that was pulled back earlier. Cyclone's chilling out over here in the natural area. Meanwhile, we have a Raven. Not enough energy for one auto turret. Might look to drop the auto turret into the worker line over here. No static defenses from either side, I do believe, just yet. It does not look like, no, we don't have any sort of missile turrets or anything like that. Oh, my tea is steeped, but the tea bag, hold on 1 second. Oh, we'll have a Raven move on the north side of the map as well. Okay, now is this going to be, are they going to stage these Ravens? Get a little bit more energy, and then do a sort of a pincer with the turrets. I do think that is going to be the case right now. Also, maybe we could see one do the anti-armor missile, and then one of them drops the turret for faster damage into the worker line. But right now, a Raven, as well as 2 Cyclones move across the map. This is going to be the research on the inference matrix, which is something that the Raven would be able to use. Disables the target unit, rendering it unable to attack or use abilities for 11 seconds, and reveals cloaked units. Alright, there's the other Raven. Okay, they're going to move these in. So the auto turret gets put down into the natural. Workers are pulled away. An auto turret placed over here at the main base as well. A few more workers to be killed from that. Shift L? Yeah. Cyclone moving across the map. Resource loss difference is not crazy. 100 or so in minerals, 200 in gas. So, a bit more in gas for sure. More auto turret thrown down to deal with the other auto turret. Turrets to deal with turrets. This Raven is just still chilling right here. And the Cyclone just ran right by, or I guess drove right by. That's just flowing the Raven around like, look what I got. Cyclone tries to lock on, gets a few hits onto this one. We do have our command center moving down for a third base. Let's actually take a look over here and see what we got going on for Flexi as well. Another command center's up and available. Could try and take a third. Saturation under the natural is beginning to unfold. 7 more workers, as well as actually 10 more SCVs down at the natural between the mineral line and the gas. We'll soak that out. And I wonder if we'll see a third base take. And I wonder, actually, maybe they take the right-hand side third. A little bit closer. Raven. Lock on by the Cyclone again. I think this is enough of a lock on. And yes, that is going to be... Oh, the trade! Nicely done. The auto turret's dropped, and they will trade out Cyclone for Raven. Now, the question is, the one thing I don't know is how much of a mineral difference that was in the trade. Flexi was a little supply block there. We do have a couple more supply depots to be built over here, so stop the supply block. Third base, as I had mentioned, really, really quick saturation out of this from Slip. Does have a nice mech bio, or actually it's mostly bio line. There's a little bit of mech in there as well. Now take a look at the upgrades. It is Stim. Stim has been finished out. Infantry 1-1, as well as combat shield to be researched. So no concussive shells. Might see the research onto that one, though we do have a low side setup over here. And Slip sees this. That's Inference Matrix on 3 siege tanks quickly thrown out. Vikings will clear out these medevacs almost immediately, and the siege tanks on the opposing side, oh, those are just being absolutely annihilated. Slip tries to go in for an attack and loses so much in the moment. Slip nearly doubling the loss in minerals and quadrupling the amount in gas. As we take a look at what is available unit-wise currently, let's actually get rid of our stats right there. Still 8 siege tanks, 7 Vikings, and a Raven, as well as a couple Hellions, or a few Hellions, for Flexi and defense. And now, this is going to be Slip taking a 4th base. As we take a look at the income, though, Slip does have a bit more coming in, nearly the same amount of Harvesters, or SCVs, if you will. When Bahamut and Trick Resident Evil 5 playthrough? Very soon. I'll hit you up today after stream, and do you want me to hit you up in Twitter or Discord? What's best for you, Trick? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for swinging through. Because Lords of the Fallen comes out, and I got a sponsorship with Lords of the Fallen, so I gotta do that on the 13th, 14th. You don't care? All right, I'll hit you up after stream, bud. I'll hit you up after stream, and we'll plan it out for next week. I'm pretty much down for anything but like Friday and Saturday, I think. And then Sunday I'm supposed to do House of Ass. House of Ash, but House of Ass. Medevacs attempt to drop in some bio over here at the main base, but these Vikings just clean everything up when it comes to at least the medevacs, and the siege tanks and the static defense make quick work of that bio. And once again, unfortunately, Slip is unable to really get much value here. All right. I feel like if Slip were to just amass a major army and then go for an attack, it would work out, because I feel like these are very like small. It's just like little attacks. I feel like they need to just mass an army and then move in for an attack rather than try and do these little like pokes here and there, because it's just not working out. Like, still 8 Vikings, there's 8 Hellions, 14 siege tanks. We do have our 1/1 for infantry. We also have combat shields, concussive shells, as well as stim. So a lot for our bio right now. Looks like Slip is falling a little bit behind in supply. Yeah, that's why I said, like, I'd like to just see one big amassed fight here. Marauders and some other Marines will defend up against this Hellion run-through, and I'm not 100% sure on how many workers were lost. Gonna open up a little bit of the middle, open up some of the middle of the map here from Slip for a quicker move. Scans from Flexi, see what's happening on the far side of that wall. Sensor towers will be going down as well from both sides. We are going to be seeing the smart servos, as well as Terran ship plating and Terran vehicle weapons level 1. Infantry level 2 started by Slip. More bio focus from Slip as well. Flexi with the vehicle ship plating as well as the Terran vehicle weapons level 1. It's looking a lot like this is going to be a mech side for Flexi. A lot of Vikings, a lot of siege tanks. Not 100% sure about this attack here from Slip. It is absolutely annihilated immediately. And the siege tanks, a few of them will be cleared out. These Vikings decide not to chase any further. Marines get a little bit of poke here and there. Looking back over at the supply, though, Flexi and the Slip are fairly close. Terran ground shield level 2 is on the way as well. We got another starport, a few more medevacs as well. Siege tank marauders. But the sensor towers are about to finish out for the side of Flexi, and that'll provide some great vision as to where the enemy is. So sensor tower will see some of these moves through the middle of the map, and you can see those little exclamations, those reds. friendly tank splash. That's a good call. That's a good point. It's a very good point. And as I said, the sensor tower will see these this bio line moving across the map, but it does feel like Slip wants to keep pressuring in here. Let's take a look really quickly at the loss. It's about 4.8 to 7.8 when it comes to minerals. Vikings push out a little bit. I think they take down a medevac really quickly. More Marauders, more Marines, another command center as well. Hellion over here will be cleared out. This bio line being healed up by the one medevac doing overtime right now. No energy on that medevac as I see. Gonna try and poke down that medevac once again, unable to do so. Second one to arrive. Let's take a look at the units right now. 72 to 69, nice when it comes to our SCVs. You can see that at the bottom of the screen, but also if you take a look at the unit tab on the top left, you can also see how many Marauders, Marines there are. Taking a look at our upgrades right now. Terran Infantry level 2 is done, but we know that the shielding is on its way as well. The Smart Servos was picked up for, for Flexi. Apologies on that. And we'll see Terran Ship Weapons level 1 started up by Slip as the Infantry level 2 shielding is just about finished out. While this attack is being attempted being staged on the right-hand side, here comes Slip with a huge move in with these Marauders, these Marines, and they are absolutely decimating this expansion location. More scans coming out, and it seems like we got a little bit of a base trade moment right now. And it's going to be Slip to pull back to try and save everything. Pulls all the SCVs off this line, moves them down towards maybe this expansion on the bottom left. You actually see 23 out of 16, so it's a quick click over there. Siege tanks are setting up on the low ground. Going to try and burst down these Hellbats really quickly. And looking at our supply, it's still really close. Army-wise, though, Slip is at, when it comes to SCVs, Slip's still at 70 SCVs. Lexi losing a chunk of them earlier. It seems like we got a big bio line to be built back up. Liberator, maybe gonna set up over here. Try and snipe a few more of these SCVs. 3, 4, 5 to be lost. Oh no, the SCVs are pulled back a little late. Meanwhile, over here, this is another Liberator setup. Gonna try and take out this one SCV before it finishes out I think that was a sensor tower. No, that was gonna be a missile turret. Back over here at the fight on the low ground. Vikings trying to take out the air units, and it looks like the Marauders come in and are just gonna chunk right through these siege tanks. Vikings are left here. A lot of low Marauders. And it does look like Slip had a really good play right there. The army of Slip is a little down. Gonna be able to build that back up. Chase out this Liberator. It does not go down. Liberator with 33 HP is gonna get a 1 SCV, 2 SCVs. Take out a couple Marines before they're able to trade into it all. And let's take a look, by the way, at the units lost and the resources by comparison. More gas has been spent by Flexi, but a 7,000 roughly on minerals from Slip has been utilized. 118 Marines have been sacrificed. God, that looks like my Ling count. I guess sacrifice isn't the right word. Alright, both players going to be starting to rebuild. We will see Terran Vehicle Weapons Level 2 starting to be researched by Flexi here. Take a look back over at the upgrades as well, see if there's anything we might have missed. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. We do have the Infernal Pre-Igniter. And that was researched a little bit earlier, but now a lot of those sensor towers are cleared out. This supply depot, does it see? No, it doesn't see. Okay. Oh, maybe it saw that little bit of a peek there for a moment. But there's a pickup. There's the scan. Units are being dropped all throughout this main base by Slip. Stim is going to be activated, and so many of these factories are going to lift off. 4 factories lift off. 1 will go down. Another one's on fire, and that one should burn up as well in the atmosphere unless they can get to a SCV in time. And this main base is being absolutely cleared out. Gonna focus on some of those supply depots. Maybe supply block Flexi. Slip gonna pull back here for a second. Maybe heal up with some of those. Oh no, actually just gonna pick up most of the units. No, they sacrifice. No, one Marauder. The John Wick of Marines is gonna take out one of the supply depots. Here's another one found on the left-hand side. Flexi's not supply blocked, but drop down and a few more supply depots to be built as the siege tanks will be poked at here. Down on this low ground at the third base. The refinery's on fire, and that might burn down. No, we should have SCVs healing that up. And Marauders are going to try and slow down the siege tanks. The really good concussive shell value, really good burst damage into these siege tanks from the Marauders. And I think Slip has got the momentum here to just run things down. What are we looking at unit-wise? There's 2 siege tanks, Hellbat, oh no, not anymore, and 2 Vikings. There's 2 Vikings, 2 siege tanks. I don't know if this is gonna work out for Flexi here. Slip has got a lot of damage. The GG is called, and Slip will move on in the bracket. GG, well played in a best of 3 here in Chat Star League number 21. All right. More StarCraft 2 casting. So Slip, I think we follow Slip into Slayer. Slip versus Flexi. So Slip takes a 2-1. And now we've got Slayers versus Slip. Okay. Hey, how about a little gamble for this? How about a little gamble? I'm also going on a small block of ads. Small block of ads so we can get way ahead of our ad roll. I'd like to get ahead of that right now. I think players still have to do a little bit of map bans and stuff like that. So, how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? I know StarCraft 2 isn't like the most, that is the most like exciting content that I do, but you know what? We're learning. We are learning, we are doing our best, and I hope you're enjoying the StarCraft 2 casting content. It's been fun. It's been really, really fun. You're hungry, but you're too well sat. Oh, I know that feeling, dude. So I'm stuck. Yeah, I know that feeling. There's some of the days when I finish streaming and I'm reading my book sitting in the living room with Bandit, like I'll be under a blanket, Bandit will be like suction cup to my thigh, and I've got a cozy book, I've got like a glass of water or some tea or something, because I try not to drink during the week a bit, you know, try and lessen my drinking. Cheaper, better for me. I've actually dropped a little bit of weight too. But anyways, like there's like, it'll be like 6:30 and I've already fed Bandit, I'm like cozy reading my book, and I'm like, what if I just don't eat dinner? And then like half an hour later, my stomach's growling. I can't focus on the book because I'm lethargic because I don't have enough food in my body because I haven't eaten since like 9 a.m. my time. So yeah. All right. Looks like we're just gonna. Oh wow. Okay. So they're just saying any map. All right. Cool stuff. All right. Our next best of 3 is on the way. Chilling and playing your archipelago raft. Oh, that's nice and cozy, Stark. Thanks for lurking here. I appreciate that a ton. Thanks everyone for lurking and chatting. I know, as I said, like I know StarCraft 2, it's not like everyone's #1 priority. I'm sure there's other StarCraft 2 casters you could be watching, but I appreciate you hanging out with me and supporting the channel and being awesome. Thank you everyone. I really do appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy always are from me, smile. I feel like there hasn't been a Ghillie Shark cast here in ages. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks, yeah. A couple weeks ago, someone else did the cast. And then, what's up, Lil? How you doing, bud? Yeah, like, I think the last couple times when I could have done one, I think it's already been covered, so... They said already, ready when you guys are. Are you ready? Go. Okay. All right, everybody. I think our most recent went uncasted, and this week was a bye. Oh, really? Okay, then I completely missed it. My bad. All right, who wins this best of 3? Slip, or Slayers? All right, 5 minutes. You got a 5-minute gamble. Get your gambles in. We got a best of 3 series here. Let's go ahead and get into it, because guess what? It's more TVT. Yay, everybody. It's TVT. We're back into it on the bottom right of Golden Aura. Golden Aura, we have got Slip. We just saw them in a previous best of 3 here in the Red Terran. Top left of the map, already sending 1 SCV across the map here. We are going to be seeing Slayers. In the blue, another Terran player. SCV moving across the map already. And as a reminder, we got a little gamble going on. We got 5 minutes on the gamble, so you can see a good chunk of map number 1 and make a gamble prediction. Because it's a best of 3, I feel like there's enough time where you can make it 5 minutes. Our match is uncast, so I have a smidge of bias in mentioning it. Didn't I just do one of your Zektar? Didn't I just do one of your best of 3s? I swear I just casted you. I mean, we could do some NGS casting tomorrow morning and then do bingo. I could cover a couple NGS games. So this is happening, by the way. Completely unscouted by Slip. Slayers has 3 racks coming out. Three racks to be made. Oh yeah, sorry, I just realized that the colors don't coordinate to the gamble. I apologize about that, sorry. I just realized. Sorry about that, everybody. So, still unscouted. Here we're gonna see a bunker placed on the low ground. It's still out of vision. Stinky Cheese, it's scouted! Wait a minute. What is this? What is this bunker? What are these? Oh no. Marines are coming out. That is a dead Reaper immediately. Canceled. I believe that was the reactor or whatever being canceled immediately. Factory on the way. The Marines are just chunking through the supply depot. We have a bunker on the way. More Marines to be produced. Is this going to be Slayer with a quick map number 1? Supply depot's been broken through. What is there to defend? A Hellion on the way. I don't think this is going to be savable. I think Slayers has the early game play, and I don't know how you I don't know how you defend this. I guess the Hellion is going to come out before the factory does go down. Another Reaper will spawn, but it's just massing Marines. More and more Marines are coming out from this bottom left location of the natural, and look at all these SCVs going down, trying to pull back away from the Hellion. We even have the Mule coming out to try and help. Does the Mule even do damage? I don't think it does. A hold for the time being, but look at the I mean, yeah, the mining loss is humongous. The mining loss is tragic here. And how many SCVs have gone down? 8 SCVs. Now the 3 SCVs over here, those are the ones that were building the 3 racks in this bunker, but those have been sacrificed. And it seems like Slip will hold on. A lot better than I would have done. But of course these are Grandmaster players, I do believe. Let's see, MMR cap is 5,300. That is the MMR cap. If you'd like to know more about the chat StarLeague, maybe you want to play in this yourself, be sure to use !bracket. And I'll get you over to the bracket where there is a Discord that you can join. Oh, the SCVs. Oh, the SCVs. Okay, all right, we are mega committed to this. Cyclone gets a lock on. SCV's chasing in. Reapers are gonna go do Reaper things over here. Did Slayers actually make the mistake in this play? Is it actually Slip who's gonna hold out and just shred through this Marine line? It does seem like that's gonna be the case. So many SCVs were just chucked across the map. I don't know how I feel about this, chat. Mule does not do damage. Hey, if that affects your gamble by any means, you still have a few moments to get your gamble in. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Look at that resource collection graph. That was fast. That was fast, indeed. That was fast. That was fun. And we have another map. We have another map, everybody. Okay, so Slip is up in this best of 3 so far. We got our lobby ready to go. Are matches usually so fast? No, Bear. I mean, we had a late game match on actually this map we're about to go to, Hecate. The map we're about to go to, we saw a 20+ minute game where just about every mineral line had mining on it. Yeah, I'd say Stark. Yeah, Stark's. I would agree with Stark. Yeah. That was the fastest of the day, though. That was definitely the fastest of the day. But we're going to get into map number 2 here. We'll see if Slip can take another victory or if this is going to be a standard play from Slayers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into map number 2 in our third best of 3 of the day. I jumped into another one earlier, but this is going to be Slip in the bottom left of Hecate, and that is a 1-game lead in this best of 3 series. Our Red Terran player Slip. Over in the top right, we'll see if the shenanigans will continue or if this is going to be a more simplistic opening. We've got Slayers MVP. Seemed like there's been there has been a couple fast ones here and there where we barely even got into the natural sort of saturation and building. But it's been very good games so far today. I really got to say, I've been having a blast casting this. So if you're having a good time, be sure to drop a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, as we will throw this all up on YouTube as well, be sure to like and subscribe. Helps us grow the YouTube channel, etc., etc. Trying to explore a little bit more with our casting. We're doing some RTS stuff. I would love to do some FPS casting. I was talking about that on Twitter. I just don't know. I don't know really where to start. There's got to be community-based like Counter-Strike 2 stuff because I would like to cast some Counter-Strike 2. I feel like that'd be fun. All right, just checking out for the proxies. This is going to be a simple setup. Actually, a lot of racks, though. A lot of racks over here. So the anticipation, if we're going 3 rack start, this is probably going to be a mass Marine with medevacs. Marines, Marauders, and medevacs. The well, you can't really say M3, right? Because M to the power, anyways. So we're doing StarCraft 2 math, and it makes no sense. Reapers, we gotta get more of those guys. Alright, Reapers will catch each other here. KD8 grenades avoided by both. Who gets the win here? Both are gonna be at 28. Alright, yeah, the combat drugs will trigger. So a second Reaper's already out. Third one as well. Oh, 1 HP in a dream! The dream is dead. The dream is over. But I don't think Slip saw the third Reaper. I think they only saw the second. As we know where they're coming through, I wanna just hang on to this vision for a moment and see what the play is gonna be. Is it gonna be a Nope, they're going straight into the natural, gonna try and take out the SCV, and we'll be able to do so. There's nothing on the high ground to defend. There's no siege tank out. So another Reaper goes across the map. Actually, another one as well. We got, what, 5 Reapers out? 6 all ready to go. And this is going to be the natural destroyed by MVP. Mass Reapers. All right. Is this cancel on the command center? Cancel it. Save. Get 300 back right there. How many Reapers are we at? 7 Reapers. Where's Chest Looter, man? There's so many Reapers today. He loves Reapers. They're his favorite unit. He loves Reapers so much that when I tweeted my going live thing, I actively searched Reapers SC2. That way my going live tweet would have Reapers in it. One be sacrificed to check out what the defensive measures are, and that's going to be 2 Cyclones and a Marauder for the time being. 2 more Cyclones on the way as well for Slip here in the bottom left, as the pressure is being built up by Slayers here. Speaking of Slayers, going to go Combat Shield and Stim as well. One Reaper left behind. Might have been for... Oh, wait, hold on. All of that is scouted out, and now is there enough... Oh, good pickup. Good micro onto these Marauders with the pickup drop-off of this medevac, and now the Reapers are going to try and get into the worker line, but the SCVs are going to be pulled back. One SCV will go down. The Cyclones get a lock on, and that is a quick clear onto all those Reapers. Now, Marines are being massed over here back at the main base. The Natural's done as well by Slayers. Concussive shells being researched, and that actually research just finishes out for the Marauders as well. A couple more Marauders on the way back at the main base. We've got 2, I believe, inside this medevac. Hellions move faster across the map. What is it, 4 Cyclones right behind that with the medevac as well. And let's see how this is going to be played by Slip. An early attack, an early counterattack. Sees that there's no natural, at least on the ground. We know that it's floating up over here. And I think one of the Cyclones was picked up. Yes, they're gonna try and drop the Cyclone into. No, they're gonna drop this off on the far side. Just take out this little wall off right now. Slip gonna supply block. Oh no, Slayers is supply blocked right now and has just a bunch of Marines. But up against these Hellions, you gotta be careful. The Cyclones get a lock on. There's a little bit of micro picking up those Cyclones, trying to place them out of the Marine range. The GG is called, and Slip with a dominant 2-0 in our best-of-3 series here. Slip will move on into our semifinal bracket. Oh, okay, the brackets are updated. Sorry, I was gonna message an admin, but it was already updated. All right, back to Bandit 9. Let's pay out the people. Who wins this best of 3? It was Slip. Slip does win the best of 3, and we'll move on to the semifinals. This player is ignoring you. Oh, are they now? This player is ignoring you. What? What the hell? I don't understand. We split the semis, both at the... Suggest a party? Okay, so I think both semis are now. I can join you two. All right. Trying to make sure we have you can cover the series. Okay, I'm double checking that the other oh, we already finished out games 2 minutes ago. They just finished their semi. Alright, so Infantion is in the lobby. Alright, cool. Another little block of ads really quickly, so we get rid of those. Pre-rolls off, all that good stuff. Sorry. Someone was asking me for a stream, so I was giving them the stream because they wanted to check out the games, I guess. I guess map vetoes and picks. Indeed, indeed. Alright, cool. Another best of 3 is on the way. Thank you all for hanging out. So this is going to be... Alright, so we have some map bans, I think. So this will be Slip versus Infantion. Is it Infanson? Infanson. 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 Yes, okay. At least phonetically, that's how I do it. So, SB, IB, SB, IB. I think it's... Is it 4 or 6 bands? I honestly don't know. Equilibrium. Rad House. Radaset are banned away. As always, if you're having a good time, be sure to drop a follow, all that good stuff. If you're enjoying the stream and you want to support further, it's always much appreciated if you would like to subscribe or drop some bits. Another band. This is going to be Alcyone. How do you pronounce this? No, I don't want to practice. Stop. I want to just listen to it.
Alcyone.
Alcyone.
Alcyone. Alcyone.
Alcyone. All right, there we go. Alcyone is how you pronounce that one. Alright, we're just waiting on map vetoes and stuff like that. I should have ran to the bathroom, but I don't know the windows for these things, and I hate holding people up, so... That is what it is. I think we're waiting on one more map ban, I do believe. What do you think about that, Bandit? What do you think about today's casting? You having a good time, bud? One more map veto. Alright, one more map veto, and then we will get the map picks. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom at this time. I think this is a good window for me to run really quickly. Okay. All right, sorry, I had to run to the bathroom super fast. I was like, I don't know where my window is to run to the bathroom, but it is here. All right, so first is golden, and we also had two bans onto equilibrium. Okay. CD for tree for bandits. Somebody already did it. Yeah. 1 hour ago, Skulfy did it. There's a small timer. There's a small timer delay. There's a small delay or a small cooldown on it, so that way it's not spammed and blah 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 blah. I don't know why I can't talk today. All right. The players are figuring out what they want to do for the lobby. Okay. Oh, I guess the lobby was set to west, and they didn't want west. They wanted east. Yeah, they wanted east. What wasn't on CD? Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're waiting for the lobby to get going. Thanks, Revolver. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well today. All right, start prediction. Who wins this best of 3? It is Infanson. 5 minutes, because it's a best of 3. 5 minutes. Get your gambles in, everybody. Get your gambles in, everybody. Welcome back into Chat StarLeague 21. This is going to be our semifinal matchup here in the upper portion of the bracket. The lower semifinals already happened. We'll get into our grand finals after this, of course. And we're going to find out who's going to be going. We got ourselves a Protoss player here in the blue in Fanson. Over in the bottom right, we're going to be looking at our red Terran player. We've been following them for a few games here. We've got Slip. Early SCV across the map here from Slip. Slip so far your favorite? Well, early Rex. Does it get scouted out? Nope. Not right now. But yeah, you got 5 minutes, so you can watch a little bit of the game. You can see how the early game starts, or you could just vote on what faction you like more. I tried to base it off of what we were loading into so I could do blue and red on the prediction again, but it didn't work out that way. So Slip will be blue and Fansion will be red, unfortunately, in our prediction, but it's all good. Okay, so the probe has made it across the map. Does not see a Rax. Gonna go ahead and check on the far side of this. Maybe the Rax are being hidden somewhere weird. No, there is nothing. So this is that moment where Infansion's gotta go, okay, how am I going to deal with this? Sees the other supply depot being built, and now we have a Reaper already on the way. This SCV is going to move across and maybe set up a Rax in a... set up a Rax around this Nexus... god dang it, what's the word I'm looking for? In the natural position. No, it's going to be... Okay, so the Rax does go down, and Infansion's just kind of doing their build still. Like, alright, I know there's some weird stuff going on. I'm just going to keep doing my build. There's a Zealot on the way to take out this SCV. And actually going to focus on taking out the barracks. Not going to focus on killing the SCV with the Zealot, sorry. And now the Reaper has spawned. Going to take out one SCV, or one probe. Another one to go down. Going to work their way into the mineral line. KD-8 grenade does go out. Gets a little bit of a split. The probes are going to start pressuring onto the Reaper. And the Reaper going to be microed around here. Able to get a few probes. One SCV trade and all of that. 1 for 3 overall, favoring Slip here, who has another Reaper out. Shade from Adept is going to be moving across the map. It looks like the Rax is pulled back over to the main base. We have a factory in the wall-off position, and I do believe this is a second command center. Now, the cool thing I want to point out here is Widow Mines. We have not had Widow Mine play, so I'm wondering, Do we see a starport early on? We get the Widowmine drop into the worker line. Probe is just kind of working its way around this main base area with a bit of a patrol, and one SCV will be bothered to clear that out. Meanwhile, back over here, I really didn't focus too much onto it, but this is going to be the Reapers harassing so much, and so many probes have fallen. Is that all probes that have been lost? 11 probes have been killed by the 2 Reapers, and 1 Reaper finally falls. You can't be upset about that if you're Slip. You cannot be upset about that. Man, no beliefs on the Protoss player? We got no odds on our Protoss player? Ouch. No belief in the Protoss. Wow. There we go. I got 69. Thank you, chat. 11 dead probes, no belief, but it's only map 1. It's map 1 of 3. Okay, just looking to see... No, we don't have any armory, so there's no concealment or anything like that. This is going to be one Widow Mine drilling in. This is defense of a Widow Mine. And the Shade, does it get activated outside? It does. Shade out, or excuse me, the Adept outranging the bunker there, poking at it here and there. Maybe just going for the supply depot instead. Siege tank on the way for our Terran player. A couple more units to move across the map. A Zealot as well as a Stalker. Back on our Protoss side, building back up the missing probes. And actually, yeah, there's a lot of resources spent getting back those probes. Back up to 31 right now. And one Widow Mine gets the kill right there, but the Stalker might get the shot. Doesn't get the shot needed. Siege tank spawns right next to the Stalker, and it's body blocked, and that is a dead Stalker. Alright. Our Protoss player gonna be getting their blink from the Twilight Council. Start getting the saturation over here at the natural on the mineral line. Maybe get some gas as well. We're gonna see the wall off start. That is gonna be the robo facility starting up. Engineering bay coming through as well for our Terran player here on the right hand side. Natural for the Terran player, starting to get saturated as well. And here, we're going to be seeing a Raven move across the map. No inference matrix, only 68 energy right now. And I do believe the idea... Oh, hold on, that might have been scouted. I think that that Raven might have been seen going across the map, but is there any anti-air besides the Stalkers? 2-3 Stalkers to defend for the time being. And this will be the probe. What are we going to be doing? Oh!
A singular strike.
All right, well, that probe immediately gets annihilated. There's the Raven. I was trying to find it on the minimap. There we go. The Raven drops the auto turret down into the natural worker line. I think only 1 probe goes down. 2 probes go down. I do believe that's just about it. 2 or 3 probes will be cleared out right there. Let's get ourselves back on that production line if you are wondering what's being built currently. Some Stalkers. You also will see the Observer. We'll have Stim, Combat Shields, and Terran Weapons Level 1 being researched. No Terran Defense Level 1, or Shielding. Raven's just out of range of those Stalkers. Gonna be just chilling off to the left-hand side. Not enough energy for another auto turret, so they're just gonna be having that slowly building back up. Speaking of things being slowly built up, a nice bio line is made. You got a couple Widow Mines and a Siege tank with that as well. Zealot charge being researched as we are jumping over to the units available, or the units currently. 51 probes to the 40 SCVs. And another Widow Mine to go across the map, another Siege tank in that as well. Infantry level 1 is almost done. We've got the Extended Thermal Lance being researched. A scan from Slip shows there's not a whole lot here defensively. Widow Mine's on the ramp. Maybe they look for the pull onto these Immortals. A little bit of poke damage from the Marauders, the Marines. This is looking okay for the time being. Going to try and pull them down onto the ramp, get those Widow Mines to activate, but it doesn't look like that's going to be working out. Slip needs to back away. Siege tank on the low side of this ramp doesn't get as much value as they're looking for. Here come the Widow Mines, but the blink back from the Stalkers, I think, mitigate any, if all, damage. Nicely done. Great micro from Infantion in this fight. And the Siege tank on the low ground does get a little bit of poke. Working on that Nexus over here. We'll see Medivacs used to try and get vision on that high ground, but the Stalkers blinked out, and that will be the siege tank immediately taken out. Some Marines do take out a couple more of these Stalkers. There is going to be that Widow Mine on the ramp that's clearly cleared out by the Immortal. More Stalkers coming through as well. That extended thermal lance almost finished out, and it looks like the boost is activated. 3 Marines will be pulled back across the map. Meanwhile, a Widow Mine is going to make his way back over here. Where are we going with our Widow Mine? Just walk it right in here. Hello, ghosts. Hello, ghosts. How many kills was that? 3 kills with the Widow Mine, but I do think this is gonna be dead. Yeah, I don't think this Widow Mine's gonna live over here. Does get 3 kills. Now the one thing I'm wondering is, do we get the armory? And yes, actually the armory is being made, so concealment will be achieved once that's finished out, meaning that the Widow Mines will not be revealed while they're reloading. And we also could see the research on drilling claws as well. There is a ghost, and they do have that EMP to get rid of the shielding. We'll see if that's going to be dropped here. There's the EMP, gets rid of all the shielding. The Marauder is going to try and get some poke value as well. Back over to our upgrades. No concussive shells. We do have Stim and Combat Shield. And there's just the Terran Weapons level 1, or the Terran Infantry level 1. Back over here on the left-hand side of the map where another fight will break out. Infantry Shield level 1 is 50%. More Marines, more Marauders to be made, but it is going to be Slip pressuring into Infantion here at the natural base, and that is GG. Slip will take map number 1. Dear Lord. 11k on Slip, 69 on Infange. Dude, if our Protoss wins this best of 3, the payout to that one believer is 1 to 157.1. It's GG's on map number 1 of our semifinal matchup here. Looks like we're going to Solaris for our next map. Solaris. Wait, what? Oh, maybe someone made it and it's not the right... wasn't the right location or something? Eastern, that looks good, that looks good. All right. I need to go get some water after this. It's been a fun day of casting. Hope you're all enjoying the StarCraft 2 casting. I know it's a bit of a different it's a bit of different content on the stream, but if you're having a good time, be sure to drop a follow. If you want to support the stream further, it's always very much appreciated as we get into our next map. Could be a 2-0 for Slip, but of course, we'll have to see how things unfold here in map number 2. Sorry. All right, down in the bottom left of our map, we are going to be seeing our red Protoss player trying to take us into a map number 3. Through Solaris, we're going to be seeing Infantion. Over in the top right is going to be our blue Terran player, and we will be seeing up in this best of 3 series. We've got Slip. Well, now the colors match the bet. Just feels weird how nobody else types. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's you know, low. That's different content days. That's what ends up happening. People lurk to support, and I appreciate it. StarCraft 2 might not be their content, but they're like, I want to help out Bahamut. So they'll leave the lurk, and they won't be typing much, and that's understandable. You're eating. It happens. I mean, it's, you know, it's one of those streamer things. Like, when we were doing the subathon, I swapped from one game to Dredge. I forget what I was doing. And, like, my chat, like, the chattingness, like, went down by, like, 80%. Like, the chat was, like, quiet for most of Dredge. And it's one of those things, like, you can't like, shut down as a streamer because not that many people are talking, you know? You kind of just have to keep doing your thing and keep doing your best to grow your channel, and that's what we're doing. Sometimes you're just shouting into the void. That is true, because I do mute my mic from time to time. That is very correct, my friend. Reaper wall off over here. Dredge is chill. Yeah, it was also like we were getting like later into the day overall. A lot of people were eating dinner or kind of getting ready for bed, so And Dredge is a very chill game. So it's just one of those things that, like, it's hard to not compare yourself to bigger streamers where you're just like, oh my god, their chat's popping off left and right and this and that. The best we can do is keep making good content, and, you know, it's like Field of Dreams. If you make good content, people will come. Hey, everyone's got, you know, there's Twitch people, there's Twitch chatters or Twitch viewers that, you know, they only want to be in streams that have hundreds of viewers and there's constant chat motion. And there's some people that just want to watch smaller streamers and be able to have that sort of intimacy. It's all the entertainment you want to enjoy, and I do my best to give you all entertaining and entertaining content. So while we ramble about stuff at the start here, we're gonna have the natural already started out for Infantion down the bottom left. We also did see a proxy location being created. The research on Warp Gate is over 50% done. It looks like we are gonna be getting into similar build as the last game, but I am seeing this medevac being made. Already a Widow Mine as well. Maybe Widow Mine for defensive purposes? Or will this be a Widow Mine dropped into the worker line back over in Infantion's base? That is a possibility. Could see some Widow Mine drops. But if that was the case, I feel like we might... Oh, no, yep, immediate boost across the map. Immediate boost. Are you going to rally? This was something that, like, Loco was talking about. Are you going to rally through these boosts or through these speed areas for the 35% constantly? Or for a lot of it? Well, it just seems to kind of just go straight through the middle of the map. SC2 Kate, thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content, bud. Much appreciated. Okay, the Widow Mine's going to be dropped. They're going to immediately go... Oh, wait, hold on. The Widow Mine gets the... burrow, I guess you'll call it. One probe is sacrificed to the Widow Mine. The medevac does go down. Marines will take out the one pylon over here. A new one to be placed right by the Widow Mine. And as I mentioned, there's no armory, so no concealment. But of course, the pressure doesn't stop. We have Slip moving a tank and a couple Marines across the map. It's actually looking like so much is being filed in across the map. We will have this Adept mate on the right-hand side, but they're being pulled back to defend. Is there a shield battery out? Doesn't look like there is one. There's actually one on the way. It's right there. Liberator sets up right in front. That's going to snipe out one or two units immediately. Oh my god, the Liberator getting tons of value right now. Will be cleared out. This is going to be a forward bunker being created by Slip as well to keep the pressure and try and lock in Infantion. Does feel like that is going to be part of... Oh, wait, no, hold on. They take out the SCV. And this might be a cancel onto the bunker just to save the resources. As a reminder, the tournament has a MMR cap of 5,300, and I believe the vast majority of these players are Master Grandmaster. That would be my guess. So how does Infantion want to deal with this? Because right now things are pushed in. Okay, we have an Immortal coming out, but the tank, one of the tanks just immediately chunk right through that. A Liberator's back. We'll start setting up here as well. Gonna try and get a couple snipes onto these Zealots, and might have been a bit of friendly fire from the siege tank onto that bunker, because I didn't see the cancel. Mule was called down. The Marines are pushing in. This is looking rough for Infantion right now. Not sure how they're going to deal with this. Sentry is going to try and get some damage onto the Liberator. The Stalker trades that out. Double bunkers being created here. Looking to use those Stalkers to poke down the SCVs before this is completed. One of the bunkers is completed. And the Immortal's going to try and take down the one that's still being created. No cancel onto that. No minerals to be saved. As more units are just constantly being trickled in across the map. Another Liberator setting up here again. Doesn't get a snipe onto that very low Stalker, but there is a probe that does go down on the left-hand side. Marine's going to try and take down this pylon. We'll be able to do so immediately. More pylons created on the left-hand side. Bit of a shutdown on some of this, some of these structures, and it does seem like Slip has got the pressure here to lock in a game number 2 victory. Not really sure how Infantion's going to be able to kind of bring this back. They do have this proxy location, but that's whatever. I mean, there's still just so much constantly being moved across the map. Another Liberator to set up here. Stalker's pulled away before... oh, wait, hold on. The Stalker's actually moved in while... just as it gets the setup or the... what's the word I'm looking for? Siege mode? Fighter mode is the other mode, but I don't know the name of this. Anyways, Liberator is just locking back Infantion, and I just don't know how you get past this. Defender mode. Okay, so it's fighter and defender mode. Okay. The Liberators move further in. The probes are pulled off the worker line. They're gonna go in. This is a big attempt from Infantion to just push out Slip's setup here. The Zealots are gonna rush in with the charge. You still have that Liberator set up on the left-hand side, but I don't know about this one here, chat. There's not many workers left. Actually, no, there are still 24 workers for Infantion, but it just anything that's being spawned is immediately being cleared out, and it's a matter of time, I do believe, before Infantion has to tap out here. All right, well, I think this is kind of the last attempt, I would say, right? Just gonna try and mass up a few more units to defend against this. Zealots do have charge, and that's really about it. A few more Zealots warped in. One Zealot goes in for the charge, gets chunked immediately. All right, the Zealots go in. The siege tanks on the low ground will provide some great damage. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Infantion tries, but Slip takes the series in a 2-0. GG, well played. Thanks for the payout. My odds. Okay, you know what? You had a chance. All right, so Slip will continue on. Oops, sorry, it's weird. Slip will continue on into our grand finals. Grand finals is Slip versus Universe. The finals will be a best of 5. Best of 5 grand finals. BO5 grand finals. Smile. All right, we got everybody in the lobby. I'm gonna go grab myself my bottle of water really quickly before they start getting into map bans and stuff like that. So I'll be right back really quickly. I'm gonna run a small block of ads. Can we just do a best of 3? I gotta go soon. It's best of 5. Yeah, I mean that's what the rules say. Can we just do a best of 3? All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run some ads. I'll be right back. Ads. Okay. All right, let's see. Can we do best of 3? We can do best of 3 if players agree. I don't think so. Okay, fine. Go. Map pick, blah, blah, blah. Just choose first is Hecate. Okay. All right, this is a best of 5. Except... Slip. Nope. I'm gonna go by the bracket. Did I spell that right? I did not spell universe right. Alright, so 5 minutes. Oh, guess what, chat? It's, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? It's Terran versus Terran again. I'll start the gamble in a minute. I'll start the gamble once we get into the game and stuff like that. Alright, live best of 5. Here we go. Best of 5 grand finals here in the chat. StarLeague number 21. Over in the top right of Hecate, we are going to be seeing our red Terran player, Universe. We have not gotten to see this player just yet. They came from the lower side of the bracket. It's not a double elimination. It's just they came from the lower side and we've been on the upper side of the bracket. Speaking of upper side, we've been watching Slip for a lot of today, and they are going to be our blue Terran player. Alrighty, chat. We got Slip in blue, Universe in red. The gamble has begun. Get your predictions in. Thank you, Ashmantle, very much. Predictions, get them on in. As, okay, alright, once again. We will see some proxy stuff. Slip saying, I need this to be a best 3. It's getting late. I gotta go soon. Or maybe it's, you know, it's early in the day. Maybe they gotta go catch a football game. Maybe that's it. And maybe they're like, I gotta go do college football. Who knows? I didn't ask. But of course, we get into the early game of our map 1 in this best of 5 grand finals. As a reminder, there's a gamble going on right now if you would like to predict which Terran player will win the grand finals. Which Terran player will win this? Get your gambles in, my friends. So the proxy racks will not be scouted out, but this is going to be an SCV moving across the map from Universe, and they will see some weird stuff once they get into the main base of Slip. So let's keep our vision over here on our teal Terran player. All right, there's no bunker, there's no bear, excuse me, so it's like, okay, so what are we going to be making? Okay, gonna see the refineries. And no other racks. So it's like, all right, some weird crap is happening. Weird crap is happening. SCVs move over to the edge here in case the Reapers start to jump up. And that's exactly where it's going to be happening here. We know that there's SCVs right here. Let's see how this all works out. Oh, no. No. Not going to be going for that jump up over there. Going for just a standard. Oh, no. It's a different jump up location. Of course it is. There's a Reaper to defend. This one will jump down. And the combat drugs will activate as another Reaper's made. Now, this SCV will be pulled back across the map, and it will not be killed, as we have that combat drugs activating once again. Reaper on the high ground. They're going to fight into all of this, going to try and body block those Reapers from Slip, and unfortunately, Slip unable to give the Slip. 2 Reapers will fall, and that's going to be a little bit of a trade early on here. 1 for 2 Reapers. A 50 gas and mineral difference. Deficit, I guess you could say. Though, you do have, what, 3, 4 SCVs just patrolling over here. I'm not going to be pulling in any extra minerals, sorry. So Slip will be a little bit ahead in that income for a moment or two. But mules will be called down. You got... Okay, yeah, so they're going to pull the SCVs back onto that mineral line. This Rax is going to be pulled back. All right, this is going to be the scouting Rax. Cyclone locks on, and they're like, this is a sacrifice. I don't want to sacrifice that much just yet. But maybe. Keep this Cyclone busy, and these Reapers on the left-hand side might be able to get into the worker line. Alright, more Cyclones to be created. Slip gonna have a few of their own. The bunker does go down, or the barrack, excuse me, does go down. Factory starting to make those Cyclones consistently here. Got a couple Marines on the way as well for Universe. And looks like these Reapers are gonna go start scouting across the map as well. Alright, any other gamblers? By the way, the gamble is still going. It's a 5-minute gamble, as this is a best of 5, so... Thought there'd be enough time to, you know, you can scout out a little bit of the early game, see how these players are going to match up against each other, at least in the early game shenanigans. Reapers, though, will go across the map in favor of Universe. We'll take down one SCV that was working on that command center, kind of focus on the other one that was working on this factory. Really good targeting from these Reapers, and get a nice handful of of SCVs. Gonna trade out a Reaper or two. No, okay, yeah, gonna trade out Reapers, but get a few more SCVs. Universe taking down a couple right there. And it's Slip who's now behind on SCV count. Cyclones on this low side. Doesn't look like Slip's gonna be playing any more aggressive with that. Speaking of aggression, 2 Cyclones and a couple Marines. You've also got a medevac with a siege tank as well. Now the question is this all gonna be scouted out? Oh, yo, they dropped the... the 200 XP shows that they got that kill. The siege tank does take down one of those Cyclones, and now Universe with the decision to make. Do I go and attack? Do I run back to defend for a flank? Seems like it's gonna be a split. The Cyclones go for an attack? No, they're gonna be brought back here. KD-8 grenade, not thrown out. I thought I saw that activation. 1 Marine will go down from the Cyclone lock-on. Raven providing some vision as well. The Cyclone locks onto the Raven, and the Siege Tank will finally take out that last Cyclone. Inference Matrix being researched by both players. Looking to see, that's actually the first research both of them have done. Looks like both of our players are going to be going into mech here. We are going to see the Hurricane thrusters increase the movement speed of Cyclones. We don't know, we can actually look at the base movement speed. Movement speed is 3.94, so we'll wait for that to finish out, and then we can check and see what that movement speed is increased into. As these Cyclones, can they get the kill? No! The Raven's alive with 10 HP out of 140. And that Raven might be healed up by a SCV or two here in a moment. No, it actually looks like it's still going to be base play. Or base building, I guess you could say, focused by Universe and Slip. Back to betting again on Slip. Hey, I mean, it's the player we've seen the vast majority of games today from, right? I think we've seen the most games from Slip, so... Or maybe actually it's kind of equal, because we saw Xing Ming earlier with a few games of their own. As a reminder, I'm going to edit up this video and check it on YouTube as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're watching here over on Twitch, be sure to follow at least. It costs you $0 and helps us out. We grow our followership. You get a new streamer that streams 6 days a week and makes a bunch of fun content for you all. This round looking like we're going to see some bigger fights. Indeed. Well, Universe knows that Slip has somewhere to be, so honestly, drawing out these games might be a benefit for Universe. Slip might try and go for some faster games later on if they have somewhere to be. So there might be a tactic with it to also draw out these games a little bit longer as well. I do want to point out, though, that we have the third base going out for Slip as well. You can take a look at the the units that are available. Wow, 55 SCVs currently as Universe pulls back towards their base. Slip is going to grow up their army once again, or build up their army. It does look like Universe, 15 Marines, 5 Siege Tanks, couple Vikings. Yeah, I'd say, I guess, Universe with a bit of a better army right now. Stim being researched by Universe as well. Are you... How could you? How could you? How could you, Slip? Scan from Slip will reveal the Siege Tank setup. Inference Matrices are going to be thrown out. Double Siege Tanks taken out. That's a Raven going down. Huge armor debuff from the Raven. The anti-armor missile. Exactly the name that I was trying to figure out, and it's very, very... It's like Dahaka's Enhanced Agility. It's like, oh, I wonder what the name of the talent is. Oh, yes, Enhanced Agility. A really good play from Slip here, and they'll take map number 1 in this best of 5 grand finals. GG, well played. Slip saying, you know what, this is not going to be a long-played series. I'm going to immediately take this first map. Next map is going to be Hard Lead. We have a go-go already as well. Alright, there's the map lobby. So Slip with a 1-game lead in this best of 5 series. Privacy, please. Privacy, please. Well, they didn't change the privacy again. Whoopsies. Unfortunate. By the way, the number of skulls in the bottom right. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, it was probably the privacy settings they want to change. Yeah, it was wrong server and they wanted privacy settings. Okay, so that was needs to be replays. I need the replays for proof. Got you. I saw my eyes, it was east. Oh, alright, whatever. Don't know what's going on. Go west. I still need them. Okay, don't know what they're talking about. I'm just here to cast. Alright, so hard lead will be map number 2. Alright. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into hard lead. You good boy, bandit. Alright, the good lucks are out. Let's go ahead and get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, map number 2. Whoopsies, we'll fix that right there. There we go. In the top left of hard lead, we are going to be seeing our blue Terran player. Down in this best of 5 series, we've got Universe. And in the bottom right, up in this best of 5 grand finals for Chat StarLeague number 21, we're going to be looking at our red Terran player, Slip. And some SCVs immediately across the map from Universe. 2 SCVs going across the map. So, interesting things to happen, maybe? 250, okay. It's 150, I believe, per Rax. Alright, refinery made back over there. And there's the second Rax for the proxy. Okay, so how will Slip play this? Double refinery, standard opening for Slip. Universe looking to make this a 1-1 series here. 3 SCVs already on the refinery on the left-hand side. Both of these bunkers or barracks are fairly close to being completed. But this number here is, I think that's resources overall lost, if I'm not mistaken. Like resources lost from units lost. I believe that's what the skull number is. Kiss. Or, excuse me, Lil. Sorry, Kiss has the same pink, name as yours. So the SCVs are gonna be pulled back. Double Reaper on the way. 1 Reaper up, ready for defense. Well, we'll take a look here and see what happens as the game does progress. Reaper jumps down and is going to see the immediate rack right there. It's like, Rax right there. It's like, wait a minute. KD8 gets the split, and... Alright, so there you go. See, you can see it's 100 resources. So you see 100 resources. So it's 50-50. So there you go. It correlates to this. But if we wanted to break down on minerals and gas, then we can do that. Shift L. There you go. My guess was correct. Alright, 2 Reapers pulled over here. One of these barracks will be pulled back towards the main base. The other one is assumed to be utilized. Will be utilized as a scouting tool. Slip's got the Hellion ready to go in case there's any sort of weird stuff happening. There's a bunker over here on the Reaper wall. And as I said, there's the barracks to go scout out. So it looks like we're going mech for Universe. Gonna have the racks back over here. And we see the factory at the wall off position. Starport, though, on the way for Slip. Curious what they want to go into. Will it be Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs, or will we just see Ravens again? Ravens have been very, very popular. There's the salvage onto the racks, or the barrack. Not the barrack, sorry, the bunker. Different B word. So Universe sees a couple Reapers. They're going to see the swap off onto that. The Cyclone will spawn, and it's going to start getting some lock-on damage into this barracks. Phew. Alright, this is a scout into the barracks right there. I think the starport was seen. Yes, it was. Might have even seen the medevac spawning right there. Let's take a look back over, though, at Universe's base and see what they're up to as well. Going to be doing moving some structures around. Probably going to pop this starport onto the tech lab. A reactor on the way as well. Yep, there's a starport onto the tech lab. We do have a few units moving across the map. This is going to be 2 Cyclones. Yeah, 2 Cyclones inside the medevac. We've got a Reapers split across the map as well. A couple to the right-hand side. Just going to be able to scout out if anything's set up, staged on the right and left-hand side. This is going to be a refinery already made by Universe at the Natural. The command center will be moved over. Hellion starting to get some damage. Cyclones drop down onto the ground. The pickup is nice from Slip here. We'll lose 1 Hellion. A Cyclone locks onto the other. They're going to start trading back and forth here. Nice little shot. The boost forward from the medevac to keep the vision onto that Cyclone. And you can see there the difference in what's been lost. Cyclone locks onto this command center, but I don't think it's going to take it down. It's actually double Cyclone lock on. But as I said, yeah, even Slip realizes, says, you know, why don't I just try and take down supply depot or two, maybe supply block my enemy. Also open things up so things can be units can be pushed into this main base, and another Hellion will be on the way. The siege tank is going to set up here, and I think that might have been scouted out. So this will be the retreat for the time being, or at least a little pullback from Slip, as the macro is going to be played by them. And look at the production right now: Stim, Raven, Marine, Cyclone, more SCVs. We've got a command center being built, as well as an orbital being upgraded. A lot being made by Slip here, who wants to go in for a victory on this map number 2. Drops these Cyclones down. Ravens will get some auto turrets out as well, and that will spend some energy. The boost away from the medevac, and it does look like Slip has provided some good harassment, forcing out some tools from Universe that I think Universe was really looking forward to harassing with these auto turrets. One Raven has enough for an auto turret, the other one about 19 energy away. Not sure about the rate at which energy is achieved. Is it like 1 per 1.5 seconds or something? Seems like it's like less than 1 per second. Or I guess it's 1. I don't know. Math is hard, chat. Combat shield for our Red Terran. Stim as well to be researched by Universe. Stim's already done by Slip. Take a look at the units that are available right now. 41 SCVs to 34, favoring Slip as well. 13 Marines, 14 Marines, a couple Ravens, a few Cyclones, a Reaper as well as a Hellion. You don't like math either? Yeah, that's why I didn't become a math teacher. That's why I did not become a math instructor. Honestly, if I were to ever teach anything, I'd be good at teaching art. Because art's subjective. All right, there's the auto turrets I was mentioning earlier. One Raven drops, is that one Raven dropping 2? Wow, yeah. Looks like one Raven dropped 2 of those. We will see an engineering bay just on the edge of finishing out. These SCVs will be back into the line of work, and now Universe has got a big move across the map with quite a few units. Lock onto one of these Vikings, does get a kill. Viking turns around trying to splash damage onto this, or tries to get a little bit of damage into this medevac. Raven, the Cyclone lock-on is good, and they will trade as the siege tank takes that down. Is it Hurricane Thrusters? No Hurricane Thrusters. Unfortunately, last game I forgot to check the speed buff from that. We know that the Cyclone's like a 3.94 movement speed, as we checked earlier, so we'll maybe see that upgrade later on. But if anyone in chat knows what the total upgrade speed is, I would be curious. Terran Ground level 1 being researched by Slip, as well as, well, it's Infantry 1 and 1, armor and weapons. Engineering, double engineering bay being worked on as well. Speaking of double engineering bay, those are out here in the bottom right. Looks like an SCV. Did it get blocked in, or is he just chilling? Not sure. Another unit to be lost right there, and you can even see the difference in what's been lost monetarily. I mean, it is a massive difference. I mean, it's quadruple the difference in losses, triple the difference in losses. Quadruple would be a lot more. But triple the difference as you look on the bottom right of your screen. And Slip right now is building some... What is that? Just mostly Marines. A lot of Marines. You've got a couple Ravens in there as well and a few medevacs. So what's the game plan from Slip right now? As I had mentioned before, as we look at the upgrades, Shield and Stim are done. Inference Matrix is available for these Ravens, and it costs 75, and both these Ravens are nearly full energy. Slip will be taking that third base. Might be looking for a fourth sometime soon, as the main base is saturated. Natural is... actually, could go for the other gas. And this third base is mostly saturated as well. Both of them missing the gas. But right now, this is going to be a push-in from Slip. Going to try and take down a lot of units. And the GG is called. Slip commanding roughly 10-minute map here on Hard Lead. Look at that. Look at that army value. Well, Slip is one map away from a 3-0 victory, and it looks like we're going to be going to Site Delta for map number 3 here. Fun stuff indeed. Alrighty, well, it could be the final map of this tournament. Alright, they're arguing about match privacy, and one person is saying that if you set the match privacy to private, you won't have the replay, and the players are like, no, dude, if you're in the game, you get the replay. So it's they're arguing about it. I said my piece, and I was like, hey, in Heroes of the Storm, we set it to privacy, and you still have the replay as an observer, so you know what, it's not my place to say. Good luck, have fun to the players, let's get into it. Map number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Site Delta here in the Chat Star League number 21. If you'd like to know more about Chat Star League or the bracket, use exclamation bracket. But over here on the top of Site Delta, looking to take us to a map number 4 potentially in this best of 5 grand finals, we've got our blue Terran player, Universe. Down in the bottom right, looking for a quick 3-0 victory in the grand finals, we have our red Terran player, Slip. All right, you see the production at the top left of your screen. No early SCVs going across the map. No shenanigans just yet. A little bit of a slower wall-off start for Universe, but we're looking at what? We're looking at a very, very small difference. 5-6 second difference, maybe, between these racks. Well, Slip believers might get paid out, but who knows? Universe... This might be where they play their best, because there are some players who definitely, in situations like this, back against the wall, map number 3, it's all do or die. This is sometimes where they really start to pop off and play. Universe just gonna move this SCV. Look to see what Slip is going into. And I do believe this is, once Universe sees the opening right here, is like, alright, I know everything's safe and sound. It's gonna be where the reactor or whatever goes. Yeah, it's literally, it's a 180 immediately. He Abe Simpsons, sees the one rack and is like, cool, I'm good. Sees both of these happening right here and is immediately like, I'm out of here. That's all fine. No big deal. I like that from Universe. Doesn't need to scout any further. Pulls the SCV back and will be continuing to pull in resources. Reaper is on the way across the map from Slip. We will see a Reaper. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there's a Reaper of his own. I didn't see it because the little supply depot. God dang, couldn't remember the name of that structure. Wow, that's a very fast natural. That's a very fast natural, I feel, from a Terran player. KD8 grenade splits the Reapers. Will they trade? Slip comes out on top, and the SCV gets poked at. Another Reaper just popping out, but Slip will give the slip and let this Reaper combat drugs activate. Get that Reaper back up to 50 HP, 60 HP. Universe just got to take a game, force Slip to forfeit due to time constraints. Slip's out here like, bud, none of that. So there's the natural started by Universe as well. Got a Hellion down over here. There's a Widow Mine for defenses. Actually, this Widow Mine's gonna be placed on the high ground. No. Probably a ramp Widow Mine. Alright, concussive shells, though. Concussive shells early on. So... Marines, Marauders, Medevacs? Well, I'm not seeing a ton of racks out, so this might just be kind of a menagerie of units. We'll get some bio, we'll get some mech. We'll get a little bit of air as well. Oh, natural still expanding by Universe. Nicely done so far. Cyclone out as well. Take a look and see what we have unit-wise. SCVs are fairly close. Some Reapers, some Cyclones, Marauder, Hellion. Early game looks safe and sound for both, and I say that as Slip is going to start moving across the map. Inference Matrix being researched by Universe right now. And as Slip is moving across the map, so is Universe, and this is Universe going to run into... Yeah, Universe sees it and pulls away immediately. Is the... Oh, no, they don't see the Widow Mine. We know it's right there. The Widow Mine? No lock-on. And that's a rough go right there from Universe. Losing a few of those units, actually. Yeah, loses the Reaper as well as the Hellion. It's not like the most insane thing. Oh, that Widow Mine! No! Widow Mine will go down. We've got our Raven out. Siege tanks here as well. The lock-on from the Cyclones take out the Raven. The auto turret does drop down onto the ground. And the Cyclones will poke at those Marines, taking all of them out. Siege tank will set up on the high ground. And that Medevac does see that, getting some vision for the allies. A little boost, a grab, and these are going to be dropped into the main base. Lock onto the research, the tech lab. There's no research currently going on there, but still getting rid of it. That's on fire. That's going to go down. Great micro from Slip here. Once again, giving the slip to Universe, picking up those couple Cyclones that were very low. Got 22 and something on the other one. Well, around half HP. Some more Marines, a Siege tank as well. Inference Matrix being researched by Slip. Already finished out by Universe. Concussive Shells was picked up already. Infantry 1-1 for Slip being researched with the double engineering bay. Little cancel onto something right there. Didn't catch what that was. Meanwhile, Cyclone checking any sort of proxy locations, setups. And this SCV will heal back up that low Cyclone from earlier. 4 kills on that, so how many kills? Wow, between the two Cyclones, 8 kills. Nicely done. And there you go. That's actually... No workers have gone down. It's a 4-10 in trade. And if you're wondering what that looks like on the units lost page, there you go. I should take a look and see what the structures are as well. Lone Marine moves across the map. Stim being researched by both. No combat shields, I don't think. Nope. But as I had mentioned, those concussive shells, and with units available, no marauders, actually. No marauders. Research concussive shells, no marauders have been made, or at least are available right now. Though Slip has a decent army built up. Couple SCVs will be moved in with this army grouping as well. The lower health Cyclone will go out to scout out. This looks like a... Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so this Cyclone tries to get a lock onto the Raven, and the Marine will... Wow, okay, the Siege Tanks help out, but we'll say the Marine took it down. John McClane of Marines took it down. Siege Tanks set up over here on the left-hand side. 1-1, by the way, for Slip is about to finish out for the infantry. And I think there might be a little bit of a delay waiting for that. No, not at all. They're going to step right into this. The fight does break out. The Inference Matrix going out onto 2 Siege Tanks. The Vikings will drop down from the sky. We got a boost onto this medevac. Maybe going to go get the pickup onto one of those Siege Tanks. No. Wait, yes. Siege Tank sets up on the high ground. Vikings are back in aerial mode. We've got the Cyclone locked on. Vikings drop back down to the ground, and those will be taken out mostly. Siege Tank providing great artillery. Cyclone locks onto one of the Vikings, and the fadeaway shot, nicely done. Combat shields being researched right now by Slip as well. We have Universe picking that up as well. More gas has been lost on the side of Universe, but not by much now that we actually saw those couple of kills come through. And it's fairly close on resources spent and lost. The Siege Tank will not be able to get the siege factor quick enough. The SCVs are going to be... Oh, wow, Slip is just going all aggression right here with these SCVs onto the Siege Tank. Pulls them back. Whew, 59 to 54 in those... in the SCVs. 7 have been lost overall. All right, Universe is going to regroup over here. Sorry, I'm just making sure I got my zoom set correctly. Still learning the average ranges on those. Liberators, back away, looking to set up in defender mode here. Marines chasing down other Marines. Funny enough, it's the weaker Marines are chasing down the stronger ones, as there's no 1-1 just yet for Universe, but that is, as I said, 1-1 on the way for Universe. Combat shields almost done for both sides. Defender mode set up by the 2 Liberators. And the Siege Tank it has decent enough vision to chunk into a few of those Marines, but these ones on the left-hand side, the left side Marines, we're going to try and work on the refinery. Liberator is going to take down the Siege Tank. A couple more Marines, they do have that combat shield. You can see the upgrade on the little model as well. These Marines move into Slip's third base worker line. More research has been done by Slip, but right now the pressure's mounting from Universe in this game number 3, and you can even see Universe, they want this, just funneling in unit after unit after unit, applying, keeping the pressure going, not trying to give an opportunity for Slip to start to rebuild anything. A massive amount of SCVs on this left-hand side, quite a few actually, and don't know how they're going to be pulled. This might be a map number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Universe might have made a map 4 happen, but let's see what happens. The SCVs are going through. This feels like a last-ditch effort from Slip. If you want to know what's available, there's in the top left of your screen. 32 to 18 in Marines favoring Universe right now. The Siege Tank on that ramp to the natural. You actually have the medevac moving one more Siege Tank further forward. 12 more Marines on the way from Slip, who's going to try and back off towards the main base. As we take a look at the income, this is kind of one of those things to note as well. 77 SCVs to 43. 2K difference, roughly, in what's been lost, favoring Universe. And as I said, it does really look like Universe has got a great... Wait, hold on. This fight in the middle of the map, there's going to be a flank coming out from Universe as well. Oh, the Marine line is just shredding into each other. The medevacs, I don't know about this because there's more Marines right behind. Don't know if Slip can start building more resources back up. More Marines will be made. There's some to defend over here on the high ground of the main base. But as you look on the bottom right, the income, I mean, it's 3,000 versus 500. Universe is floating a little bit of money, but that's okay for the time being. Actually, not even floating it that much because a bunch to be made as you see the production line jump up for Universe. And now Slip looking to go aggressive, looking to push back into Universe right now. Siege tanks just working on the natural area. We have these Marines pressuring onto one of the siege tanks. Siege tank drop down from the medevac. That'll immediately be cleared out by these Marines. And now we have an encirclement, or basically a flank, if you will. If it was D&D rules, Universe would have the advantage in that fight. Two on the way for Universe when it comes to infantry. Take a look at what's available unit-wise. Half the amount of SCVs. Half the amount of medevacs. Actually, double the amount of medevacs, excuse me. 32 Marines to 11, 1 Viking. Whew. And I think Universe wants to go for the throat here. I think Universe wants to push in and take this map number 3. The GG is called, and Universe will take it. A good attempt from Slip right there, but Universe pulls out the broom and begins the reverse sweep. All right. Ocean Blue will be our next map. Ocean Blue will be our next map. We have the lobby being created right now. And we'll see how things go. They did not change game privacy, and it's on Western. It is on Western currently. So I'm going to assume this is going to be an insta-cancel. No? Okay, no insta-cancel. We get into map 5. Or map 4, sorry. Slip is up, and Universe has a game of their own. We're in map number 4. We're going to Oceanborn. Down in the bottom down in the bottom right, we have got Universe with the broom out, ready to go, trying to create a reverse sweep situation. Over in the top left of Oceanborn, we have got our red Terran player looking to close things out in this grand final best of 5 for Chat StarLeague. And number 21, we've got Slip. And Slip, all right, there we go. 5-1 tank butt is insurmountable. Thank you, Buttspot. Thank you very much, Buttspot. I appreciate that. All right, standard opening coming out from Universe. We've got the proxy racks coming out from Slip. And we'll see if Universe gets is going to be setting out a scout. I'm assuming this is the SCV for a scout. Yep. See it already pinged right over there, and we'll check the vision of that when we get close, see what Universe will do. But of course, the proxy racks are fairly close to being finished out. This one over here is 4 seconds away from being finished. I gotta say, Oceanborn I think is like one of my favorite palettes from the new maps we've had this. I guess it's not season, but the new maps that have been added to StarCraft 2. For the ladder. I really like this map palette quite a bit. It's also, I actually really like the formatting of this map. All right, so we do have Universe coming through. Doesn't see any barracks over in the base of Slip. Sees the double refinery and goes, all right, this is looking like some sort of proxy shenanigans to happen. And I really like this right now. We've seen a lot of the Reaper play from these proxy situations where it's like Reaper gets made, goes and harasses. Reaper gets made, goes and harasses. And it does look like to me that Slip is going to build up a few Reapers and then go for an attack. And it's going to be just 2 Reapers for the time being. More on the way. But Slip wants to have a more aggressive start here. Gonna get the jump up. There's the circle around from the SCVs. 1 Reaper goes down. The other will... Oh, so there is gonna be a trade, but the SCV doesn't get the drill hit. Drill does get the hit, and it's gonna be a 2-for-1 favoring Universe, as there's one of the racks to be pulled away. Another Reaper to be spawned. Now, this Rax will be lifted off, and is it going to be used as a scout? It does look like it's going to be used as a scout, as you see the little ping right there. We know that one of them is actually coming back over here, and a command center to start out as well. A lot of SCVs patrolling on that Reaper jump up, but it looks like those will be pulled away, the mules to be summoned as well. As we take a look at the income between the two players. Alright, more Reapers to make their way up this other wall. Cyclone gets a lock on, one Reaper to fall, and they'll be rising to the sky! Oh, underwater physics in StarCraft 2 are funny. Oh, and this is what Loco was complaining about, that there's a giant sea monster floating around. I can see how it's distracting, but it's not that distracting. It's not like, oh my god, that's the shadow of a Viking. No, it's pretty obvious it's not a StarCraft unit that would be attacking your base. Cyclones have the lock on to this Rax, and what kind of vision? What kind of vision are we going to be getting from that? Okay. Rax is on fire. That is going to be sacrificed. We've got a couple Reapers over here on the right-hand side, which may have gotten some harassment earlier. Just taking a look really quickly at units killed. Only one worker's gone down. Inference Matrix being researched by Universe currently. Couple of those, or those two Cyclones will start moving across the map. We've got those Reapers set up as well. Take a look at what we have unit-wise. Sorry, chugging some water. Man, StarCraft 2 casting, it's a weird ramp-up. Nice Cyclone lock-on right now. And the other one will go down. The Cyclone locks in. Sorry, I was looking at the racks or the supply depots. They didn't get the pull-up on that, but it doesn't matter. There you go. You can see the difference in what's been lost currently. And Universe with a early game lead in what's not been lost, I guess you could say. No, it's like the casting for StarCraft 2 versus like HOTS, for example. Like HOTS, like you can kind of see everything starting out. In StarCraft 2, like you could get an entire skirmish with a fight, or someone just 180s the fight. It's like, nope, I don't want to do this. Like they see like 3-4 units of the enemy, and they're like, no, I don't think I have the armor for this. I'm just gonna 180. It's a lot of there's a lot of tension, I guess you could say, with the way that RTS casting is. A lot of build up, and then it's all one big fight, or not, or it's just not. Sometimes there are these trickle fights that you have throughout the game. Cyclone almost takes down the Marine, 1 HP. Doesn't look like Slip will chase out any further. Natural being saturated currently by Universe. The same can be said by Slip. Oh, my apologies. I was on units. I meant to swap off. Oh, there's the Hurricane Thrusters will be researched, so we can finally know what the movement speed increase is going to be from and to, because we know it's at 3.94. And it doesn't really say in the tooltip. It just says increases. Good old Blizzard tooltips. General, but specific enough. Alright, Cyclone will take out these two Marines, but it does drop down to about 50%. Alright, so that is... Wow, it jumps up to 4.72. So someone's got to have the math on that one. What is that? 6 point... Nope. 5.8? Nope, that's not right either. $6.8? I think? Math, we don't talk about it here. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Alright, a few Cyclones will be coming in over here on the left-hand side. As I mentioned, they have that movement speed increase. They're going to lock on to the Siege Tank. That will go down. One Cyclone will be traded and all of that. Another Viking to be picked off as well. Slip is trying to pull back here with one of those very low Cyclones. The Siege Tank will set up over here. The Hellions will go down to another Cyclone from Universe locking on. And this one will be sacrificed. Some scans coming out from both sides. Siege Tank on this ramp does get some poke out as well. Oh. Liberator during all of this is I was like, wait, how are we having so many SCVs being lost? Liberator comes through, sneaks in during all of that, and takes down a good chunk of those SCVs. So we have the third base being made by Slip currently. No expansion just yet, but I do think there's another... Oh, that's units. I want T for structures. I do believe there's an extra command center to be floated over there, and yes, indeed. Okay. Stim about to be finished up by Universe as we take a look at those upgrades. Inference Matrix for Universe and the Hurricane Thrusters for Slip. As I mentioned, the Stim is going to be finished out by by Universe. And this move across the map will be scouted out with that scan. But unit-wise, I mean, it's 10 Cyclones. I'll see how this all works out. Bunch of Cyclones on the low side of this will all be cleared out by the siege tanks. 1 or 2 siege tanks to be lost, as well as a few Marines as well. But these Marines over here at the third base are going to start chunking through. The SCVs will be pulled away. They're going to try and take down this command center and will be able to do so. That's a nice, good kill from Universe in this map number 4 on Oceanborn. Siege tanks clear out the other 2 refineries. Now, I would like to see Universe go into that expansion now that they have this aggression and they cleared out the third base of the enemy. And as I had mentioned, there is this command center ready to go. It's going to finish out to an orbital. And now back over at the fight, this is a lot of those Cyclones clearing out the aerial units. And oh my god, what do we actually have unit-wise left? Get the turret going down. That's going to clear out 1 siege tank. Oh, no, not like this! Not like this. Universe loses 2 siege tanks. Should lose the third? Oh my god, some Hellions will go down during all that, but of course there's another army to be moved across the map. Does feel like Universe was anticipating this play. Like, I'll sacrifice a few units, make it look like I'm losing out, but I've already got my build back, or my my re-maxed army. Well, can't say max because I'm not, you know what I mean, chat. So now Universe is like, all right, maybe I go for the attack, and here's gonna be a drop into the main base. Slip is gonna take a lot of damage, needs to move those Cyclones back in. We do have the cancel onto that command center being built. Siege tanks will be poked at here and there. The Marines are doing the best to clear out some of these structures. Will the medevacs get the pickup? No, the Marines are just being sacrificed. A couple Marines will be picked up with the Cyclones lock on. They're going to try and boost away. 1 medevac was lost. And a bunch of damage. The income is also going to be slowed down as well. That's a big thing to note during all of this, is that Slip's income was mostly coming out from this natural base, since all the SCVs were pulled off this line and this command center pulled out as well. During all of that, as I had mentioned, there is that third base from Universe made. We already have another command center on the way as well. Some medevacs on the left-hand side to maybe go for another attack, but this is going to be Slip saying, maybe, just maybe, your army's not that big after that attack, and I can make something happen. But of course, as we know, there's a lot still available. The scan comes out and sees these siege tanks, sees a couple Marines. What they don't see is all of this, maybe. Well, I would actually anticipate that that's going to be the case. Here's the drop-in with the Marauders as well, those concussive shells from earlier in the game. Oh, no, that was last game. Concussive shells are being researched currently, and this natural is going to be decimated. It feels like Universe has the pressure available to take this into a map number 5. Slip, what are you going to do here? Slip is just setting up their army, going to try and defend back over at their natural. The siege tank gets some great splash damage. That's cleared out. The Cyclone locks onto 1 of these medevacs and will take down that one, but the Marauders and this maybe 1 Marine are going to poke at things here and there. Great Cyclone micro back and forth. A lone Marauder will be chunked by the siege tank back over here. Slip might go for the attack. No, not at all, because now it's going to be Universe stepping back out, clearing out everything Slip had been setting up over there. 1 medevac will go back to base. A little bit of energy left onto it. Sacrificed, I guess. Sacrificed right there. Back over onto our upgrades. Concussive shells are done. Stim and shield for Universe as well. Hurricane thrusters as well as the Terran vehicle weapon level 1 for Slip is done, so those Cyclones have a little extra damage, from 11 to 12 on basic and from 14 to 15 on mechanical. That Cyclone goes out, scouts out. There's a whole lot of Cyclone locking on as you see those radiuses. There's going to be an armor debuff missile. I can't remember the name from the Raven. It's very simple. God. Anti-armor missile. God. Armor debuff missile. Same thing, I guess, right? 4th base to be made by Universe, who's going to continue to expand and pull in so many. Look at the gas difference. Not 1,000 to 1. Oh my God. Cyclones lock on, but there's going to be an answer to that damage. 1-1 for the infantry being researched by Universe as well. As we pull up the losses on units, you can see that there's about a 3k difference in minerals, and it's only about 700 or so when it comes to the gas difference in losses. Last, thank you for the redemption. How's it going, bud? All right, we have a double attack happening out from Universe right now. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. As this will be scouted out. The boost, the Cyclone gets a lock on, gets some damage. Let's take a look at units. Is this all really they have? This kind of seems like all Slip has right now. And oh no, this is not where you want to be. Caught between Marines, Marauders, Siege Tanks, and, well, a rough place. There's going to be an anti-armor missile going out from these two Ravens. One will be taken down. SCVs are pulled off, and I do believe Universe is going to take us to a map number 4, or map number 5. The reverse sweep is possible. It's plausible. I don't see a way for Slip to bring this one back. It seems like Universe has the pressure. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a map number 5. Oh, what? You have no clue what's going on about hype? Hype indeed. So I'm asking an admin what we do in this situation because literally one of the players was like, I can't do game 5, bye. So asking an admin what's going on. So we'll find out in a moment. Are we heading to reverse sweep? Rage quit? No, not a rage quit. The player said that they don't have time for a best of 5, and if this could be a best of 3 grand finals, and the opponent, so Slip asked for that. Universe said, no, we're doing a best of 5. We're doing a best, like the grand finals of best of 5, we're doing a best of 5. So after game 4, because Slip was up 2-0, then Universe won map number 3 and just won map number 4, and then Slip was like, I don't have time for a game number 5, so bye. So in my eyes, that's a victory for Universe. Universe takes the series 3-2. But I am double checking with a mod because, or an admin, because why not? Because why not? So we are just waiting to hear back from the admin on that. And we will find out when the admin messages me back. That's unfortunate. Definite victory by yeah. I would say it's definitely a W. But it's just this isn't my tournament. I got invited to cast this like last Saturday. I got a DM to like, hey, can you cast today? So I don't really know a ton. So I'm gonna ask all the questions and make no assumptions. Ask all the questions, make 0 assumptions.